Пошли. Все вместе. Какие ваши доказательства?
They want you to comply.
Cancel culture is about canceling.
Кокаином.
Up yours. Woke moralists. Up yours.
This is systematic bullying that's happening.
Woke moralists. Up yours.
And they believe that they can then
Woke
shut us
moralists.
up.
Up around and find out.
Up yours. Woke moralists.
They seem animalistic is what I mean.
No, they're worse than animals.
The woke mob, they ruin everything.
They stop Ben Shapiro from going to events and speaking. They stop Ann Coulter from doing it.
I will never surrender even a single inch of ground to a pitchfork mob.
You never cave to the mob.
We will never bow to the mob. Ever. No matter what. Do you see the final expression of cancel culture in terrorist groups like
Up yours.
We'll see who cancels who.
Hey, everybody. Back just in time.
Made it.
Hi, friends.
I was trying to get the charger at me always, even on my show. See, just the fool. But I was trying to make sure that this doesn't die on us. Hey,
How we doing? Busy week.
So,
Good.
should mention at the start here that Binder's out this week, but he did request that any super chats that would go to him to go to me. So, youtube.com/therationalnational.
Dang, David, I was gonna say
I'll
I was
answer
gonna
all of
start
that Binder
with
question.
I was gonna start with, well, we have some unfortunate news about one of our hosts. We had to kick off Binder.
oh my goodness!
Yeah, Binder's been
I
cut.
just gotta put that. Make sure that's part of the intro every time,
Whenever one of us misses, I feel like we have to keep that going.
and everybody's gonna be like, "Oh my god, not again!" No,
That keeps happening.
What actually happened
Man.
to him?
He died.
yeah,
No.
say that.
That's just the
some
kind of
family-
joke he would have
some family
loved.
thing.
It's the way
Yeah.
he would have loved.
That probably. Yeah, I can see that for him.
Yeah, no, he's at a wedding, actually, his cousin's wedding, so he will be back
cool.
the following week. Yeah. And so I got a haircut. He got all like fixed up, and yeah.
Well,
Otherwise, he would not bother.
Correct.
he wouldn't have got that haircut. I mean, that was a lot of hair to cut. I mean that. So it was a big difference. So I'm like, he wouldn't have just cut it for the wedding. I think that was like a life change.
Let's just rip into Binder for this whole episode. You know?
They say when you cut
He
your
does enough
hair,
himself. It's time to get it back. Yeah, I agree.
they say when you cut your hair, something in your life is changing. So maybe something in his life is changing.
Really?
Maybe.
Like I had to make it real deep, right? Because you guys, you guys are like, oh,
Yeah, now
okay,
I'm
bro.
I'm thinking now, how often do I cut my hair? It's usually like every 3 months, maybe 6 months sometimes, and it gets really
3
long.
months. Oh wow.
Oh yeah, I take a while. Actually, this last haircut I got, it was like a month after the first one. I never do that.
So you
it was
just
a
keep it
quick
right
haircut.
here. You keep it like just right
just-
up in here.
Well, my hair tends to like I have like a Portuguese afro, so it kind of grows like up but like out, but then it eventually goes down, but it gets really poofy. Like the issue with like the reason why I can't grow long is it doesn't grow down properly. It'll just like get really poofy.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
It defies
mine just goes
gravity.
like
So,
Yeah. Portuguese hair, it's tough. Like you've got to slick it down. Like if I don't cut my hair after it's like 1.5 inches, it just like all curls forward.
Are you both
and then I
Portuguese?
can't like, yeah, we're both Portuguese
Oh, I
actually.
didn't know that.
Wow.
Overrepresented on
I'm
this
half.
show.
I'm half. Are you full Portuguese?
I'm full Portuguese. Yeah.
I'm half Portuguese. Sure.
Well, you can see something going on in the beard. So
Yeah.
you see
Yeah.
something happening
That's
in
where
the
the
beard.
secrets are. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Although speaking of haircuts, I do have to get one this weekend because my beard is like insane. Very, very poofy, and it's all I'm trying
But
to eat.
the ladies love the beards. I hear that. But Lance, to me,
looks
you got a nice
majestic.
baby face. Okay, we're not leaving you out. You have a
Yeah.
nice baby face.
I can't grow facial hair. That's why. That's why I don't do it. Yeah.
Yeah, there's some guys that can't grow facial hair, but it's okay. As long as some people grow
hairless.
it. Yeah, some people grow it to hide. So it's like it's a catfishing. Then you have hat fishing, Then you have beard
What's
fishing.
hatfishing?
Like hatfishing is when he look good with the hat on.
Oh,
Then he takes the hat off. That's a totally different person. That is a totally different person. And then beard fishing is when you cut the beard off, and that is a totally different person.
Well, a beard is kind of like makeup for men. Like that's kind of like our version of makeup.
Is it?
True.
Yeah, I mean, I put so much like products in my beard. Like I have beard oil, I have beard wax, which is basically like hair gel. Because I mean, it's like, you know, it's beard hair. Like it's not like the hair on your head, so you really have to make sure that it's, you know, it's kept. Otherwise, it's gonna get a little bit gross. So yeah, I do it. I try to make it nice.
Take care of the beard.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a whole process.
I know it is. I can imagine, but yeah. Well, you know, beards, beardless. You know, you guys are all handsome. So.
Oh, thank you. You're gorgeous yourself, obviously.
Thank you.
It's true.
Thank you. I might grow a little bit of a mustache, but we are. Well, you know, I make sure I get it laser. We all right.
I find that's a new thing now. When you compliment someone, you have to add respectfully at the end.
Respectfully.
You know? I'm not objectifying you. I'm not trying to objectify you. You are beautiful, but respectfully.
Well, thank you. I do see how, you know, these days that may be a thing. I don't know if I don't want to say people are being oversensitive, but then there's just like a lot of creepy people and people who jump boundaries. So it sucks because, you know, somebody's giving you a compliment genuinely, but then they have to add things like respectfully. Women have to do that to men too. Like, hey, I think you're really respectfully, so they can know the difference. Hey, I'm not trying to push.
Not hitting on you, just like saying it's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's wholesome. I actually really like that. It's better than me every time. Like if I say like a girl's like pretty, I'm like, oh wow, you look really pretty. It's like, I'm gay, I'm not hitting on you. I'm sorry. So respectfully is a very nice like substitute for that.
You're pretty.
So
Here's my husband, by the way.
Yeah. Like I'm not saying it. I'm just saying like the hair looks amazing. You look really good.
It's an even better compliment, you know.
No, when a gay man tells you look good, you just know, girl, you look good. I'll take it.
Yeah. Well,
what's in the news on this Thursday? It's Friday Junior. I know there's a lot of weird things happen, just out of pocket things. So what you guys got on your radar?
On that note, the most weird thing to me this week that happened is that Justin Trudeau, the Canadian Prime Minister, and his wife are separating.
They broke
up on the gram. Yeah, they broke up on the gram.
It was announced on Instagram is where they announced it. It was like, okay.
Wait. What's the information? Like, what is this? Now that I didn't know about, because Justin Trudeau was like one of the most finest, you know, for us back in the day. We were like, dang, Justin.
Yeah, but that was before everyone knew about the blackface and all the other.
Oh yes, that was before.
Yeah, he's not clear.
Let's be clear.
He's a problematic crush. Okay.
I'm not sure what I mean. I got to be honest. I don't really care what's in their personal history, but as far as I know, I don't know. There's like rumors of stuff and like maybe infidelity or something, but no one really knows anything. I think it's just they were married for 18 years and they have 3 children and they're tired of each other. Like that's probably what happened.
It's got to be really stressful in a relationship.
How long were they married?
18 years.
Wow.
I got 3 kids.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not to say they had to break up because of 18 years.
No, but you know,
but it also one of the most stressful jobs in the world.
Not in ran of course. Ay.
Do you want to read
it? What they said? Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah,
it's very short.
Let's get into it.
So here from Justin Trudeau's official Instagram account. Hi, everyone. Sophie and I would like to share the fact that after many meaningful and difficult conversations, we have made the decision to separate. As always, we remain a close family with deep love and respect for each other and everything we have built and continue to build. For the well-being of our children, we ask that you respect our and their privacy. Thank you.
Okay, short and sweet. I've got to say, listen, as an American, I don't find that as compelling as the allegations that Lauren Boebert, recently divorced, by the way, is having an affair with MAGA pastor Sean Foyt, who's married with like 18 kids.
You guys know all of this. Look, y'all know all the lessons.
I didn't hear about this one.
I have to preface this conversation by saying they vehemently deny this, and he threatened defamation on anyone who talks about this. So he denies it, but I just find the whole that conversation a lot more compelling than the Justin Trudeau stuff. And if you look at photographs of him and Boebert together, his head is literally like 4 times the size of hers. Like he looks like alien almost. And that to me, like I don't know. Like I want to see a reality show with him and Boebert if it is true.
This guy?
So it's more compelling. That's crazy. I really don't like her, but it's more compelling because it's a little bit more messier. Is that what you said? Like she's cheating. She got a side dude. And so like with Justin's breakup, it was more so respectful. It was respectfully posted. No drama from what we can see. They want to keep it light. They want to make sure that they handle their business and affairs outside of the media. But her stuff is all outside. Allegedly, she's cheating with the pastor, you say?
Yeah. That's honestly, you nailed it, Rebecca, because like with the Justin Trudeau stuff, it's like, oh, okay, well, they're parting amicably. With this is some messy shit that is very interesting.
That's American, right? That's the American right. It's always going to be super messy. We're always going to be in their business, especially when it comes to the ones that are like evangelicals or like the CCMers and stuff like that. They their business. I remember I saw this special and it was about one of the Trump supporters. It was the Life Church, whatever that was in Virginia. And y'all don't remember that story?
No.
It sounds really familiar. Like I remember Life Church, but I can't place it.
Okay, this church starts with an L, and the pastor was huge and was very supportive of Donald Trump. His dad was a mega church pastor from like way back then, and then he took over. And Life University is on the campus of where the church is. It's like a cult out there, and I think it's Virginia. And one of the people, I guess, he started sleeping with a young man who was a pool boy actually started sleeping. They do creepy stuff. Yeah, they do creepy things. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised because that's where the mess is in the church. I love the church. I'm from the church, and but the white church has special mess. And over there on the right
especially
side,
the evangelical ones,
they're very
the loudest ones hide the most.
Yeah, so that's so true, and it's I think Liberty University, Jerry Falwell.
That's what it was, Liberty, not Life.
But you said Life though, and it clicked with me. I'm like, oh yeah.
Sorry to Life Church, whoever you are, because it's probably about millions of y'all. Sorry to y'all.
That's so true, Rebecca, about the white evangelical churches, because the church that I grew up in. So after I had left already, it's been years. So the pastor of that church had to step down because he admitted that he was into porn. And I'm like, wait, that's it? Like I was thinking when you have to step down because of some sort of a sexual scandal within a church, you expect, oh fuck. But no, this was just he looked at porn, and then later on he was restored. But I think like I don't know the story. My sister has the scoop.
Was he caught, or did he just come out randomly and was like, I watch porn by? Like
I don't know. His wife may have caught him, but
Sometimes the battle for people, though, when it can be an addiction, it can be a battle. And it probably was that for him. But I guess when you're preaching, and I would say maybe when you're preaching to other people not to do certain things. So you get all caught up and now you're like, okay, I can't be hypocritical about it. There's that. But so that may be why it didn't align with the church's whatever's. But nowadays, these people are going even harder. That man from Liberty was like, do it. And meanwhile, there's the pictures, like and evidence and everything out there, and the people are still like, "That's my pastor. Your pastor's just lying to y'all, drunk, like misrepresenting how the church is supposed to be, and they are just." I heard that church can't be with politics. That's how I grew up. But over there, they were like, bring the politics right up in here. Let's bring the racism. Now, let's not cover it up with anything. Let's call it what it is. Let's protect white Jesus at all costs. And that's the important. Let's start like only us as the pastors can do crazy sex things and be out there and ostentatious, but all y'all can't do that, but we can as pastors, and you guys should forgive us. and give
And
us
they
your
have
money.
so much money. Did you see that guy Ted Haggard? I think was his name. And they had private jets and stuff like that. And then he was all fire and brimstone. If you're a homosexual, you're a sinner, you're going to hell. And then he was caught doing like crystal meth with like 3 male prostitutes. You know, and it's just like
they suffer the
that's
most.
how it always is.
Yeah, they suffer like they have their demons, and then they'll preach and be dealing with that. I wouldn't say it's every pastor because I'm still in the church, but I like to say, I'm a different kind of something. But at the same time, I'm like, I still side eye when I go into these new churches, black or white. And I remember going to I would say a white led church, but it was like so many Africans, like African Americans, literal like Africans. They were in the church, and that man got up there. I'm Haitian, and he got up there and said that our countries like in Africa and Haiti are cursed. He said that. Meanwhile, America is just sitting right here, literally good material for you to talk about that is just messed up. And he says like, you guys are just cursed. And that's why we were sent to go to your countries and like restore and bring, and everybody in there was so shifty. Some people walked out. I never returned back to that church. So
God, the things that they come up with is so psychotic sometimes. I'm reminded, this conversation is reminding me of an interview with Kenneth Copeland. So I posted a link to the interview in the private chat where he was confronted by a reporter about his prosperity preaching. And his response is so unhinged. I don't know if you all remember this, but
it's
here, I'll bring this
such a good video. Yeah, because I mean, there's really no good explanation for it, right? But you could see like he didn't know what to say, and so the response was just hilarious.
This guy's
in this video, he's being grilled about like a jet or something, isn't it? Like, do you need, or does the glory of God need you to have like this jet?
Yeah.
This guy's amazing, by the way.
You said that it's like getting into a tube with a bunch of demons. Why do you think that?
The question.
How are you, sir? We'd just like to ask
He's
you
like,
about why
shit.
you don't want to fly commercial. Why have you said that you won't fly commercial? You said that it's like getting into a tube with a bunch of demons. Why do you think that?
No, just let me just say it.
He said that.
Main reason is because of the need. If I flew commercial, I'd have to stop 65% of what I'm doing. That's really the main.
Isn't it true that you want to fly commercial so that you can fly in luxury? How much money did you pay for Tyler Perry's Gulfstream jet, for example?
Well, for example, that's Tyler really Perry's none of your business. But
isn't it the business of your donors?
Listen, I paid. You kind of caught me off guard here. Okay.
He's so demonic.
Now here, I'd like to give you a chance to catch your breath and have a conversation. We don't want to catch you off guard.
I love Inside Edition. You got to get this now. Hey, you listening to me? My wife thinks Inside Edition is. Oh yeah.
He looks crazy.
Now,
yes.
Yeah.
Those like Lord help me.
Let me just ask you a really simple question. A lot of people think it's unbecoming for a preacher to live a life of luxury and to fly around in private jets.
It's her
What's
soft
your
voice for me.
response to that?
Very simple. It takes a lot of money to do what we do. We have brought over 100. Let's see. The latest figures just came out. 122 million people to the Lord Jesus Christ. Let me give you another example. Last May, I was
the
scheduled
smiling is so creepy
for Lego
It's the
Snatcher.
eyes for me.
Oh my God, those eyes.
That'll haunt you.
I had a week off, and I was scheduled
He looks like a haunted doll.
And I prayed about it, and I thought, I'm not missing that dedication in Jerusalem.
Oh my God.
Without the airplane that we had that I bought from Tyler Perry, and I didn't pay anywhere. And Tyler's one of the greatest guys. He made that airplane so cheap for me, I couldn't help but buy it.
Well, my question is, okay, all right, but I want to get to the demons. People are very concerned about that comment.
Chance here inside.
He went to go buy him.
I love your eyes. And here's what
I love your eyes.
Yeah.
We flew in 21 days, 70 hours, 40,000 miles, touched 5 continents, and
He's
preached
filibustering
face to face personally with 125,000 people.
Do you ever use your private jets to go visit your vacation homes, for example?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Again, getting back to the comment, you said that you don't like to fly commercial because you don't want to get into a tube with a bunch of demons. Do you really believe that human beings
It's a
are
great
demons?
No, I
quote.
do not.
Oh, I
And
know.
don't you ever say I did.
Oh,
There you go. There you
Oh
go.
my God.
We wrestle not
There you go.
with flesh
Oh,
and
the
blood, but
what the
principalities
fuck?
and powers.
Can you explain what you meant by that term then? Just explain, because
Yeah, I can't do 11 minutes. I mean, this is 10 minutes long. This thing.
That's
But,
11 minutes of an interview of him doing this.
Yeah, but that was
it
the
doesn't
moment.
Get better,
I mean,
by the way.
look at this was the moment. Look, I don't believe in Satan, but I think this is the best argument that he exists.
Absolutely.
That is scary. No, that is
completely terrifying.
Those are those people who are like they get so wrapped up in themselves. They never were in it for the people or to get people lives to go to Christ or to follow a certain way of living. It was really just to it's a business. Church is a business, whether people want to admit it or not. But also, if you're going to do something and you're going to say you would do it with a purpose, these are the people that don't. And we see how they it's culty, and the work that they're doing isn't real work. It's just like they get up there, they say a couple of things, and they leave and they go enjoy things like Tyler Perry's jets and buying things and saying it was so cheap. It was made so cheap to him.
So cheap,
that
He had no choice.
Then he gets aggressive when people are saying, "Well, is it true that you just didn't want to fly just regular? You wanted to fly luxury?" He
didn't want to fly with a bunch of demons.
Crazy
he didn't
eye.
want to fly with the whores, the demons.
Right, regular people, them people that be giving him the money. Yeah, he didn't want to sit next to them.
That's it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, it is.
It's amazing.
Peasants,
demon daddies.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very cursed video. All these like prosperity preachers, there's something about them that is it gives me demonic energy. Like even Joel Osteen, like the way he talks, he'll smile as he's talking, and it's just there's something about it that there's a vibe to it. Like I won't make any accusations against him, but all the accusations should be lobbed against him just based on the way that he talks. And this is the dude who didn't he like lock out people during a Texas hurricane from his church?
So
I covered that. I remember that. Yeah.
It was a while back. He and I covered it too. Me and Ben, and there was that. And mind you, me and Ben are in the church. So when we see stuff like that, we gonna check people, because again, you're supposed to open your doors to the people who are in need. And those people were outside, they were unhoused, they were unsheltered, and the church is supposed to be a shelter, especially at the church. I know small churches who were sheltering people, churches that ain't got enough money to make sure that the roof is together. They were sheltering people, but this mega church said, hell no, close the doors and did all of that. Also, I think Receive was somebody who received, it was Joel Osteen, received a grand PPP loan at the church. Right. And it's those things to me. It's like, well, at least you could have took the PPP loan and did something instead of like adding on to the church and saying it's for the people. Like, what else did you do? Like when you have all of that money, I feel like there's more things that you can do within your community than just doing a food drive. Like when you have the ability to do those, like that's what I think. But they take breaks after one Sunday. They're like, ooh, wow, just what a Sunday preach. And then they take these breaks, and then people still come. And I think that's where it gets crazy, because I don't care who you serve, what you're doing, how you're doing it. If whatever it is, the people are, whatever you believe, it's supposed to lift you up. It's supposed to be helpful. You're supposed to have a relationship with at least the leaders in the church or whatever the case may be. When it's really big, I know it can't happen like that. But when you see that they're abusing people, taking advantage of people, I mean, it's okay to question it. You're not going to hell for that. It's okay to question where the funds are being allocated, what y'all doing, why people are still struggling, but you're asking them for the tithes, right? They're struggling. They can't pay their light bills, but they're still contributing to the church because you tell them if they tithe, something great will happen for them. And then when they're struggling and they come for benevolence, they have to go through 6 jobs. How long have you been in the church? Have you been coming every Sunday? All of these things. Yet it's easy for you to snatch up their money. So when I go looking for a church, I look for community in that way, whether I come every Sunday or not, whether I was at the club the night before, strolling in, for Sunday services, it doesn't matter. I look for community. And that's, if I don't see that there, I'm out. And yeah.
Okay, so speaking of the money that could be better spent, I just looked it up. He bought the plane for $65 million and then spent an additional $50 million to customize
No, that was cheap. What are you talking about, Lance? That's
that's true. He had no choice. He's getting robbed.
No choice. I had to buy it.
I had to buy it. 65 mil. That is like pennies. That was a deal. That meanwhile, imagine what 65 million can do. How much that can do.
If I had just 1 million, I mean,
yeah, 1 million works for me.
Right.
10 grand.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy. It's funny. Rebecca brought that up about because the church that I was raised in, they pressured everyone to give 10% of their income in tithes, and 10%? Even 10%. Yeah. And a lot of my family, my parents and my siblings did it. And then when one of my siblings, my sister, she was a single mom, she actually needed support from the church, like monetary support. And she asked one time after being a member for years, they rejected her. They rejected her and they turned her to local food banks and stuff and she's like, why the fuck am I contributing? I mean, the in theory, it's okay, it's kind of like an investment, right? You give 10%, God will pay you another riches. But the church gets all this money. Yeah, exactly. All this money to help people. And then they're not helping their own members. It's just,
that's why I say it's sketchy. I'm grateful to have been involved in churches where even volunteering, we will go to people's homes and drop off things for them and ask them what they need, what's their light bills looking like. I grew up in the church, in the Haitian church, it's super different than what I go to now. But I see the difference when I go somewhere and I see people are struggling and you can't get assistance, you can't get any help, what that looks like, how the church is growing, the pastor is rolling in and every Louis Vuitton, this, that, and the other. Meanwhile, you ain't got no shoes on. Those kind of things, I question that and I'll check it at the front door. I'll even write something, put it instead of money, I'll put that in the basket, okay, for them to go ahead and read. And I won't show up again, but I let that be known. But when I do go to places, and there are always going to be things I don't like, but when I do see that churches are taking care of the people, because I think that's essentially what they say. The church is a hospital. So, I mean, listen, if y'all gonna really front and be out here I'm a hospital, that's how you're gonna carry yourself. Then when the sick come, when people are in need, I've seen the poorest churches do what they can to take care of people. And I've also, like you said, Mike, I've seen the churches who have so much money have to go and see, how long have you been at this church? How long do you tithe? What is your history? And those things. And I think that's not godly.
On that point though, that's probably why those churches have money and the poor ones don't, because the poor ones are actually sharing with the community. Yeah, they actually help.
Yeah,
the
that's
community.
true.
Yeah, that's facts.
Yeah. Well, that was an interesting little tangent we went on this week.
That was fun. We went all over the
place. Everybody's expecting the Trump indictment discussion. We're
let's talk
about prosperity preachers.
Have they talked about Trump yet? Are they going to talk about Trump? When have they talked about Trump?
No,
listen.
Does anybody even? I was actually surprised at how little attention my video got on Trump thing. I think people are kind of just yeah, he's a criminal.
Yeah, what are we gonna do about it?
It was let me know when he's in jail. Let me know when he's behind bars. You know what I mean?
That's where everybody is with it, because I remember covering I remember when we were talking about obstruction of justice, in 2017,
right.
All of that stuff, and it was such a thing. It was so big to cover that. We would get millions of views covering that, and then I started to get so worn out because I'm like, okay, is he going somewhere? Is he going to jail? Yeah. He's the president. Well, what's next? He became the president again. Nothing. Indictment. They found files in his home that were hidden. This man just had them hidden in plain sight. Now what next?
In the shitter.
He did this, he did that, and nothing.
Yeah, the nuclear sequence, nuclear secrets in the bathroom as he's shitting. It's so funny.
Yep.
It's just crazy. Comical stuff. But this one though is right?
This one bad, isn't it?
This one's the
this is the big one.
Let's be serious. They're all any one of the indictments would have sent anyone else to jail. This one is so big that it could probably, hopefully, even have some repercussions against Trump. Like this is, I mean,
Right.
like he tried to steal the election, and people around him were working to do that, and we're thinking about we're talking openly about using the Insurrection Act to instill that he remains president, like crazy shit. So they're not going to bring this forward without all the evidence they have. And all this, by the way, was already obvious like a year ago during the whole probe, the Jan 6 probe. So there's, I guess, maybe a little more information, a little more evidence they have now, but it's all very clear that he was a whole part of the scheme to try and remain in power. And you can't just let that slide. You can't just say, oh, well, let's move on. Like, no, you can't move on from that. You have, especially when that person's running again, like you have to do something about this. So the only question now. Sorry, go ahead.
Remember those poll workers that had to be on the stand and their lives were changed and all that? Like they were dragged into this for nothing. They were embarrassed. They were it was tough on them. And here he is just walking around for free. I hate to see it. Something needs to happen. He did that. Whatever they said he did it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The only question now.
A video.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying I shared a video that we have to watch because we're talking about this, but go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, like, the only question for me now is he going to be, if there's any repercussions, any sentencing, is it going to happen before the general? Like, because if it's not, and he somehow wins, all this is going away.
Their whole tactic is delay. So
that's his strategy right now, is just try and push this as far as he can and keep running and hope he's hoping he can, win an election before any of this comes down.
It looks so bad because assuming this happens before the election, it's hard. I mean, even though he's an elite and he's Donald Trump and usually elites are untouchable, I mean, he looks so fucked. The judge is an Obama appointee, Tanya Chutkan, who was very harsh on January 6th people. She already declared presidents are not kings in response to a former case that she dealt with regard to Trump. And also, this is taking place in New York, and the pool of jurors are going to most likely be Democratic and not likely to be Republican. Whereas with the classified documents case, or maybe not that one, the case that's taking place in Florida, there's a much bigger pool of people who might be sympathetic towards Trump. So with regard to this case, it's the most serious and most likely to go wrong for him. So it's hard to say what's going to happen, though, because, again, it's still like it's hard to imagine a former president going to jail.
See, that's the thing. Like, if there was like a character select screen in a game and you could turn up privilege, like his slider is as far as it goes. It's everything, right? Like he's got every single thing you could possibly have, plus the president. And like, you'd only really need, even if it does come down to it, you only need like a Republican in power to pardon him, right? If there will be another Republican president. Well, like maybe not within his lifetime. I don't know. Probably.
I don't, on the way demographics, as long as, I mean, the issue is turnout always for Democrats. Like they have to get enough people out to vote. That's always the issue. But the way things are moving and the way the Republican Party is moving, it's harder and harder for them to win a general election. They have to rely strictly on gerrymandering. Like that's their only hope, is gerrymandering these districts and stealing, electoral votes. That's the only way they win anything at this point. Even like, look at the popular votes. Like the last popular vote Republican to win was, I think, George Bush in his second term. Before that, you have to go back 20 years. Like Democrats win the popular vote almost every time. And especially now, it's very tough for a Republican to win a popular vote, which is also why, I don't know, maybe Democrats should have thought in the first 2 years of trying to do something about that and changing how this whole system works, as opposed to leaving it up to this whole system where you can win the popular vote by like 7 million votes and still potentially lose. It doesn't make any sense. And Canada, by the way, has, it's all first past the post. The whole electoral system is just ridiculous. That is the base of, I think, a lot of these issues.
I don't know. It's gonna be a shit show, like it always is, especially these last few terms. So I'm interested to see how this is gonna go, because you can expect it to go some way, and the next thing you know, folks is jumping the Capitol walls, people dying.
Everyone thinks it's Spider-Man out of nowhere,
climbing and falling off. Yeah. David, can you play the video? It's only 3 seconds. I feel like this is something that is required viewing. Yeah, I put it in the private.
yes.
You know, yeah. It's required.
Sorry, it autoplayed for me, so I already heard it. But
this is my favorite Trump soundbite ever.
I did everything right, and they indicted me.
You just say they just said that, right?
Right, and they indicted
I think after the first one, I want to say.
Right, and they
Hold on, let me get this off the screen. Jesus, good play.
It was, yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I do want to share this as well. So sorry, go ahead.
No. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
There's one more thing I want to share. Just how they're defending, how Republicans are defending this. This is Kevin McCarthy. I haven't actually watched this today, but I saw the quote that he said. This is still what they're trying to claim to defend.
And I can say the same thing that Hillary Clinton says about her election that she lost. I can say the same thing about the DNC who said it about the 2016 race. I can say the same thing about those in the Democratic Party from the leadership on down about George Bush not winning, that Al Gore did. But were any of them
Aboutism.
Were any of them put in jail? When Hillary Clinton said it, nothing happened to her.
Oh, God.
Hillary Clinton didn't try. Okay, we have to be clear here. Donald Trump is not being indicted because he claimed he won the election. He's being indicted because he conspired to steal the election with a slate of fake electors. Hillary Clinton, as much as I don't like Hillary Clinton, did not do that. It's a very different thing when you literally try to steal the election in multiple ways and then get away with it. This is, and by the way, McCarthy knows this. All these clowns know this, but they know their base is so goddamn stupid that they're just going to keep saying this kind of shit as a defense when they know there's no way to defend this. After Jan 6, McCarthy was criticizing Trump for instigating it, and now look at him, this bitch. It's so ridiculous. These people.
Yeah, they're going with the free speech argument because that's the easiest thing to get all of their shit for brain supporters to get on board with it. Like, oh, well, see, you can't even question that the election is stolen anymore. No, you can, and he did, but he tried to steal it, as David said. And I even saw Robbie from The Hill, the one who looks like Ryan Seacrest. I
said the same thing.
Right, you can't unsee it once you see it.
I worked with Robbie too, so yeah, like him, okay. I do, but.
I'll temper what I'm going to say then. I was going to throw in a lot more insults, but Ryan Seacrest from The Hill, he posted a screenshot of the first page of the indictment saying, wow, it really seems like, they're going after his free speech. And everybody's like, go past the first page. Okay, go to page number 2 at least. I mean, holy shit. Are you trying to be purposefully obtuse? And I think that the answer is yes. A lot of these big conservatives, Republicans, they know, but they have to because the base loves Donald Trump.
Page 2. This is just page 2 of a 45-page indictment. Page 2 literally says this is not over him claiming he won the election. He's allowed to claim he won the election. This is over the fake electors. This is over the conspiracy. This is him trying to steal the actual election. This is not his free speech claims. So, but they're all being stupid about it. Every single one, and some Robbie, I think, is playing a character. I'm not gonna ask
Robbie
you to say other.
I don't want to say I'm Robbie because, like I said, I like.
Yeah, I don't need you to.
We've gotten into it. I know Olay has gotten into it, but outside of that, I think he's a really. When I say outside of that, I mean when we're in the background because I've never met him.
Which is why I think he's playing a character.
But. Yeah. So, but I think he's even tweeted some things that I found to be questionable. I mean, we're not all going to agree on the same things, but sometimes I'm like, hey, yo. This is terrible. What are you talking about? Are you trying to stick to things that are offensive to a certain group of people? I think we were talking about one time I was mentioning who was it? The basketball player. And she was stuck in Russia. Why am I not getting her name? Brittany, right? Brittany Griner.
Brittany Griner.
Yes.
Brittany Griner.
And I was like, why can't we focus on talking about this story more? Oh, her wife didn't want us to talk about this, and then went on to say we need to focus on Hunter Biden's computer. I'm like, well, it's not that serious. Right now, it's really we don't have much. So Brittany Griner, let's talk about that because I think that's a bigger story to focus on. Me and him went back and forth about that, and then there was another story that he wanted to get more information on. I think that had to do with a black man or a black young boy being shot down. And it was, maybe we just have to get a little bit more information. And if y'all know me and how I roll on my show, are you serious? Because there's a video. So like, what more information are we looking for? So yeah, his talking points can be very, very far right, and he will dig his feet into that dog shit and stand right there, 10 toes down on that. And I'm like, is he really serious? And that's why sometimes it can get really heated. And some of the people that they bring on there, their talking points, or it goes, but like here, it doesn't go anywhere else. It's just right. It's like, give me some more. Like, why do you think like that? Because it's giving me just you're racist, or it's giving me you just want to make sure that everybody knows that you're a conservative. Like,
it's the disingenuous nuance trolling that drives me nuts, right? Where they'll hyperfixate on like one thing, or they'll try to nitpick certain things that are just like incredibly true. Like Ben Shapiro, he tweeted about this whole lawsuit saying, oh, and this is a better defense for Trump if you want to make any defense. He's like, oh, well, these charges are incredibly weak, which you cannot come to that conclusion if you read the indictment. But he's saying this, and it's just, you're lying. Like, you don't like Trump, you like DeSantis. Why do you feel compelled to, like, I know why he feels compelled to do this, but it's just, you don't have to deep throat the boot. Just lick it. That's it. That's all you have to do.
No, they have to go. No, they have to show tricks. They got to make sure they get 5 stars. They got to make sure people are coming back. This, this is bookmarked. They got to make sure they do the works, because just looking at it that used to work back in the day. You remember they just used to, no, nowadays they don't care. They're putting it all out there, and they're mad at, drag queens, kids seeing drag queens. They'll make that a thing. But meanwhile, they're
and Hunter Biden are like their two things they go to. Anyone here, please tell me, why does Hunter Biden matter? He was not in politics, never, as far as I understand, never in a prominent political position, at least in North America. Like why does it matter? Meanwhile, Jared Kushner was in the Trump administration, leaves it, gets a $2 billion deal with the Saudis. How is that not a bigger deal than Hunter Biden and his laptop, who, again, was not in the Obama-Biden administration, is not like a part of this one? What Hunter Biden does not matter at all. Why is there so much? To me, it is the most boring and inconsequential story of the last 5 years.
Oh no, they'll find it and they'll make it pop. They'll make that pop.
There's nothing with that story. I don't even understand. I don't understand why anybody even cares. There's who cares about Hunter Biden? It's so ridiculous to me. It doesn't make any sense.
It's like Benghazi. If Benghazi was like exponentially dumber and less interesting, like it's kind of like one of those situations, right? Like they'll fixate on something, and even though there's no there, or maybe there is, but still, who gives a shit? I feel like they've got to know that most normal people don't give a shit about Hunter Biden. I mean, what he.
Right wingers do.
The fucking laptop. I can't. Like, I don't give a shit. I literally don't care.
What's on that laptop? What's on that? I'm like, okay, right. Let's get over it, because people are dying right now. Our leadership sucks. People are hungry. They are taking away insulin, like, from people. Like, we have other things. That's what I told them. We got other things and other issues that we can focus on right now. But y'all want to spend this moment with your huge audience talking about what's on that email, what's in that computer.
Yeah,
and then
throw
people
him in jail for all I give a shit. I don't give a fuck about Hunter Biden.
And then people acted like if there was more discussion around Hunter Biden around the election in 2020, that would have really hurt Joe Biden. Nobody cares. That is, if anything, it's helping his numbers, because it's showing that Joe Biden cares about his son. Like that's all we've got in terms of Joe Biden in this story, is that he answers the phone when his son calls. Like, what the hell is the big deal here?
They want him to keep his son outside of everything. They want him to treat his son in the public as if his son is just such a mess up for the family. Who cares? They're still a family, and that's still his son at the end of the day. Did you see how you saw how Trump rode for his kids that hardly liked him, but was doing 6 jobs to make sure his kids stayed financially safe, even though they were already rich, to make sure that they were protected when they were doing illegal things. Like, we've seen all of that. They were not trying to question that. No matter how, and it's funny, no matter how many times that, especially at that time, that we would cover it in that way to make it such like a thing, it wouldn't really go nowhere. like to make it sensational, it wouldn't go nowhere. But these right-wingers talk about something, my goodness, it goes everywhere. What was in that email? I mean, what Hunter Biden is doing, we need to know. We have to find out.
We need to see it.
It's detrimental
we need
to our
all
country.
the dick pics.
We need it.
We need
Because it's
that's what this is
detrimental to
about.
America. It's hurting our
4K.
children. It's hurting our healthcare system. And most of all, it's not making America great. And it's like, what they got to do with anything? But they're like, right, this is it. This is it.
It's all about Hunter. It's all about Hunter.
It's so funny. There was a meme after Trump lost the election, and it was like, it was somebody with a MAGA hat on. It was like the Wojak, and it's like, hey, he's like sniveling. He's like, the Democrats are gonna hate this, and it's like a little picture of Hunter Biden 9-inch penis. Like that's like the headline on their little like paper that they're holding. Like, ha, this is gonna sink them, and that's really what this is. And this is what's happening. Like they haven't stopped.
I was not cut up on the amount of inches. Wow.
That was crazy. I wasn't ready. You see my eyes? I was like, how much was it? No, see, that's why. That's why it's terrible.
That's why they're so like interested in the story. They want to know the truth. That truth.
Like the most you can get out of that story is that, wow, a child of a privileged child of a famous individual got some privileges, like used his last name to try and get a job and get connections and stuff. That is literally every single child of every single famous person.
Yeah. Didn't he plead guilty to some things that like most Americans are guilty of? Like he had a firearm he didn't register, he wasn't allowed to have.
Yeah,
like,
it's some really
thing?
basic
like,
shit.
It's the most American thing ever.
Yeah, isn't that what the right wants? We should just have unlimited firearms, not be able to register it. Like that's something that they should think he's based for. It's just
and he didn't pay taxes. Like the most American crimes, he didn't pay taxes. And
doesn't that make him smart,
firearm.
According to Trump?
Yeah.
But he didn't pay them. But I think didn't he like end up paying them afterward? Like I thought there was something where he did end up paying them later on, but it wasn't. It was like a penalty for the time missed, whatever the hell it was. But regardless, these are all very basic. And again, if he like did something that puts him, gives him whatever, like a fine or behind jail, whatever, who cares? Yes, fine, prosecute him. I don't care. But it's not like a political story. It doesn't matter.
No, it's the main
for
story.
the public.
It's the main story. Then this is what we see, and you make a great point there. It's not a political story as far as there's other things that we should be focusing on politically. And yeah, we might, divert a little bit, go to some tea, go to some mess. But the Republicans and the conservatives and Fox News, they will focus on things that really don't matter for hours. I remember when we had old boy with the big Tucker Carlson, when he, was their star of the network. The man would do monologues, like literal monologues about nothingness. Hunter Biden would be like the whole show.
Yeah,
and
like a 40-minute segment.
Meanwhile, there's so much more to talk about. Even for the conservatives, there's so much more to cover. That's why they're so small-minded. They don't give them anything. People who say that they're conservatives, they'll watch that and they get nothing. They really don't know they don't know what's going on in the party. They don't know how they're being represented. They just feed off of this, and this is all their news. This is all that they need, and it's just nothingness. I've watched the morning show, the morning news host, and even them, they say the most ridiculous things that are out of pocket. I remember when COVID was happening, they were sitting there like, we don't need masks. I mean, we don't need that. It was like literally the third month of us in the middle of COVID. First year, third month. And they was like, we don't need that. And then the next week, we saw them sitting 6 inches apart, or, like 6 feet apart.
Like 6 feet apart,
And now this is, so it's like people will feed off of anything. Then they told people they were really telling people on those right-wing platforms to shoot themselves up with ivermectin or bleach or whatever.
You gotta say horse paste. Hey, we're on YouTube. You have to say horse paste, okay? Happy horse paste. That's
yes,
all.
that.
Yeah.
And they were giving all this misinformation, but that's what they do. They focus on that. They say, as we're talking about gun rights, they will go and try to divert the attention to drag queens. This actually happened. we're talking about gun rights. Kids were just shot up. Marjorie Taylor Greene is out there saying that it's a possible hoax. She's going off and saying, well, what about the drag queens? Meanwhile, LGBTQIA plus clubs are getting shot up. People are having to protect themselves. But what about the drag queens? And it's never about what the real issue is. LGBTQIA plus protections, gun rights. How are we saving the children? At least if you ain't gonna save people, like adults, how are we going to save the kids? How are the schools going to be protected? You know what they say? Well, let's give them clear backpacks or bulletproof backpacks, and let's start training our teachers. This is what they don't. This is it, guys. This is, and that's why I say I can't ever. Sometimes I don't even agree with things on the left, to be honest. But that side, there is nothing. There is nothing. They can't do nothing for me.
Yeah,
they're just fundamentally
they have the most
unserious.
power.
Yeah, and part of it is that they're able to distract all of us and raise the salience of issues that aren't really issues, because they have so much money, right? Like it's not just mainstream media; it's influencers online now. You know, it's social media stars, and this is how they do it. And they do it because if we weren't hyper fixated on these dumbass issues, like Hunter Biden and stuff like that, then we would actually focus on real issues, like people, like if they stopped attacking LGBTQ plus people, then we would be able to spend more time on other issues, economic issues, so they do this because the goal is to just like delay. That's kind of like the strategy with regard to climate change, right? Where it's like, well, if we just admit now that, it's real, but there's nothing you can do about it, even if we just stay there and dig our feet in, then the delaying is a victory in and of itself. Whereas for us, the stakes are so much higher that it's the delay is us losing. So it's hard because you can, like, I'll see this critique of like the left that they focus so much on like identitarian issues and stuff like that. When it's like, hang on a second, we are responding. Like there's nothing that trans people, for example, would like more probably than to move on, focus on like healthcare and worker rights, but they're losing those protections, losing their rights. Their existence is being criminalized. So you can't just say, oh, stop focusing on that. If we don't play defense, we lose even more. So we kind of have to like keep fighting this battle over and over again. And it's just, it's frustrating. Yeah, Bud Light, great example, Atticus.
But you're speaking to the true point about it all, because like, when you think about that Bud Light outrage, that was what, a one-time little social media post of 30 to 40 seconds maybe, or whatever it was, and then everyone lost their collective minds. And it's gotten to the point now where like they're still pushing that. Like I thought by now they would have moved on to culture war number 12, but like she is still being a target online. She is still getting harassment. She is still getting people constantly being like, oh, you owe us an apology, and people demanding an apology from Anheuser-Busch as well. It's just like, oh wow. Okay,
I'm impressed.
Get you healthcare.
Even I'm impressed how far they've been able to milk that. Like I agree with you. I thought they would move on and find something else by now. I mean, they have. They found, I don't know, Barbie is like one. I guess they're trying. I haven't watched Barbie, so I don't know.
I went twice.
But like,
it's fun. Went twice. I saw your
I want to
video,
see it,
Rebecca.
but I just don't know what their
cute with you and
complaints
your
are.
niece.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I went the first
adorable.
time. Like auntie and my niece, so I went there with her. Had her cute. And I had to go for grown folks. I had to go sexy. The second time around, drinks with my sister and stuff. But Barbie. I think they got mad about Barbie because of what it stood for.
Spoilers.
Right? Yeah, like. They got mad because the patriarchy was being it wasn't the topic of conversation as far as it was about women and women's empowerment. But what they didn't really see too, they were calling her white savior Barbie, like in the movie. They were calling out things that needed to be called out, about appearance and how that affected kids, and those, like, they were talking some real stuff in that movie, let's be honest. But the right, for people who didn't even see the movie, they're going to go out. They watched the movie now, but then they're going to go out and they're going to say that it had gay content. It had this and that and da-da-da-da. And there really wasn't that in there. Like, it was very...
Not enough anyway.
Yeah, it wasn't so major. Like, to me, it was comfortable enough. But people, like, as far as like for kids, there wasn't any sexual, like overly sexualized content. My niece she thought it was a little boring at some point. But it was really for, I feel like 80s babies in them and some millennials. It was like really for us, I feel like, and older people. Look, older people, boomers.
With no spoilers at all for David. Like it's just fun. It doesn't take itself seriously. It weaves its social critique. It's not perfect. There's obviously a handful of problematic things with it or whatever, but it's just people having fun. And honestly, a lot of the, especially men, getting really mad about it. It's the same kind of guys who always talk about the alpha male and we have to get masculinity back and blah blah blah. And they're all like, they can't take a single movie that pokes a little bit of fun at men. Like, you know, you're supposed to be these, like, you know, titans, these masculine macho dudes, and what, you can't handle a few jokes. They're all getting really upset about that. Like,
that shows how weak they are. That's what, like,
I know. That's
beta shit.
Yeah, super beta.
Beta.
It wasn't even that serious. It was like it was jokingly, but it also brought to light too how, in my opinion, how Ken had no purpose. like, and we had to be like, oh,
I
dang,
never thought of that before.
Ken had no purpose, and they really made everything about Barbie. But to me, at the end of the day, it was really to show that Ken had somewhere he could fit in, and Barbie was open to letting that happen. But Ken had to understand, like, you know, it's okay to have women lead as well. So it was like everybody has their place. We can work together and make it happen. But people didn't want to see it that way. You got the right wing folks. They don't went and seen it, enjoyed it, but came back home with the talking points. As you guys were saying, how Robbie is, came back home with the talking points and needed to lead the charge in that way to keep the momentum of hate and division going.
Did Robbie like it?
No, I didn't see. I'm saying like how we say how Robbie would get on and say things, and
talking
then
a lot of shit about
in the background. No, the thing is, outside of that,
I've never even met him,
is so sweet to me. Robbie's so sweet to me. But when we on air, it's like there are things that I can say. Sometimes it can get a little heated, you know, depending on what we're talking about.
The only way the right would have been happy with that is if the movie was called Ken and not Barbie. If it was about Ken, they would have loved it.
They said if they want to do a multiverse for them, they did. They
the Barbiverse. Oh wow,
I heard of that.
Oh no,
Yeah.
Mattel wants to do a bunch of toys.
Yes.
Yeah,
Polly
it's gonna be with
Pocket, the
Mattel
movie.
toys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hot Wheels.
Monster or something.
No,
I think
this
it's
is
like
not. We have
Barney
to stop
or
this.
something. They said
Oh, Barney.
some weird, like they were like going. They had a whole list of them, and I'm like, now why would they do that? But you never know. Now Barney's gonna be on drugs. I don't know if Barney's on the list, but you don't know what the stories are gonna be hitting
Whatever
on.
they can milk. I mean,
Yeah.
you know.
I think Barney
They'll
is
do
on the
it.
list actually. Yeah. Okay, I've got to ask. Did you all watch Barney when you were kids? So I did.
Yeah,
No,
I think I was a little too old for it.
I watched.
Yeah.
Ooh, how old are you? You guys are. How old are y'all again?
I was born in '85, so
You're still a baby. Like Barney should have been. You weren't too old.
when was
for it.
Barbie
You just didn't watch it.
Barney big?
I
Like,
was
what
like
year?
4 or 5 when Barney was really big for me, and I got into it. And then like a year later in first grade, the kids were saying Barney was gay, so I stopped watching it. But secretly, I really liked it.
Because
Kids
look at
are
your
so
life. Look at who you are. You already knew.
That's true.
That's true. Yes.
Barney was my favorite though. Was Baby Bop on Barney?
Hey, Baby Bop was on, and then there was BJ later on.
Okay.
I only know
I
the
was
lore
Care
because I have
Bears.
nieces who watched it afterwards. So
Okay.
don't think I'm
No,
watching
that's
Barney
fine.
first.
You when you're an uncle or an auntie or whatever, you watch the kids shows. You know what the kids shows are. You know, I know the parents already do, but I mean, I was watching. My niece made me. I thought that I didn't know there was a Barbie like series show. Now I'm watching Barbie. My damn camera, but now I'm watching Barbie, and now I see there's so much drama in Barbie already. Look, it's crazy.
No, I was not super into. Well, yeah, Barney. But what did I watch? I mean, I watched mostly cartoons as a kid. For some reason, I had a real problem watching live action children's shows. Like I just didn't like any of those. Like,
so you didn't watch Power Rangers?
Actually, Power Rangers was
I watched Power Rangers.
No, that one I did like. That one was more geared toward like I'm talking more like real children's shows, like Barney geared for kids,
okay.
with like real people in them. Like
Right.
I didn't like any of those. Like when I was a kid, I watched Teddy Ruxpin. That was a great cartoon. That's from my childhood. It's a
What
really
was
old.
it? What was it?
Teddy Ruxpin. That's like an 80s true 80s cartoon. And I don't know other cartoons I'm sure when I was a kid, but for some like Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, that was cool. That was a cool show.
Oh yeah, I love that show.
Yeah,
but I was never into the live action
I
stuff.
was like the older shows would be like Arthur, Franklin.
That was good.
like
Had Steven Crowder
the
in it.
Berenstein Bears.
Berenstein
like that
Bears,
too.
yeah, I like them.
Yeah. The Smurfs.
Tailspin says
Didn't the
Tokyo
Bernstein
Haunts in the
Bears
chat.
get
Definitely Tailspin for
canceled?
sure. Darkwing Duck.
Oh
Wait,
yeah,
Didn't the
Dark.
Bernstein Bears
I
go
heard
racist
something.
or something? Am I
I
wrong
heard
on that?
something about that. But I
Yeah, it
didn't,
sounds familiar.
Like
Like
a child, I didn't know.
pandas move in next door, and they don't like the pandas because they're like,
For real?
Oh, I think so. Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah, I think
god.
that's an actual.
I don't remember any of that.
Episode.
No.
Mm.
But the newer shows, I feel like I was watching with my nephew. Well, he just turned 11 the other day. And I remember I was combing his hair out. He was like 2. And we were watching Caillou. And I said, no, you can't watch that because that is problematic. And
what is it?
To me, because Caillou was throwing tantrums and looking at his mama crazy, talking to his mama crazy. And now I was watching how it was affecting the kids. Like, I'm like, oh no, this baby is throwing tantrums and like at his mama for little things. And now y'all think you're gonna walk around here and do the same thing? You will not. You will not. Meanwhile, the Berenstein Bears, they were spanking kids.
Were they?
They were spanking the kids on there. Yes.
I don't remember any of that. I forget all specifics. I just remember the Berenstein Bears as like the characters, but I don't remember any of what that show was about.
Or the
See,
lessons.
I watched a lot of Beast Wars as a young man. That was my favorite.
Yeah, I watched Beast
I watched that.
And then they just did the Transformers Beast Wars movie. It was so disappointing. That was my childhood.
Well, aren't they all bad?
Oh.
They're all bad. But like they made the Beast Wars just look like robots when they're supposed to be robots in disguise. But so they made like, like it just looks like a robot gorilla instead of a gorilla. So what's the point of him transforming then? You know what I mean? So it made me mad. And like Cheetor and Rhinox had like no lines. So yeah, but Beast Wars was another really big one for.
Bobby's World was good. Look, I'm looking at
Bobby's World.
Bobby's World.
Nickelodeon had their whole like
Ren and Stimpy was amazing.
Ren and Stimpy. That was
Those
crazy
were my favorite
wild.
cartoons.
Yeah, that was like wild.
Yeah.
Rock Life.
Rocko's
Modern Life. Yeah.
Doug.
Doug for sure.
All the chats
so
are just nostalgia now.
Yeah, everyone's jumping in. Bobby's World. Someone else said.
Mega Man.
TMNT, of course. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Animaniacs.
That's a vintage one, and we had to watch that
animated series.
Looney Tunes.
Animaniacs.
Rugrats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
This will be the next hour. Let's just name
Look,
things.
I know that's a little newer. I was watching Dragon Ball Z. Did you guys watch Power Rangers?
Oh yeah, I know. I watched it.
Absolutely.
Power Rangers, yes.
But the first generation Power Rangers.
Okay,
It's
so
like
the
3 or
first
4 now.
generation. So what? Because everybody was a character. When you watched it, you picked the character that you related to, and that was you. Who was your favorite color or character in Power Rangers?
I always thought it was cool when the new ones came in. Like there was a Green Ranger at some point. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, he's cool.
Jason?
He's a new guy.
Green Ranger was cool.
Jason?
Yeah, I wanted to be the Red
Yeah, I
Ranger
forget their
until the Green/White Ranger came out. Then that was like
White
my
Ranger
favorite.
was cool. Yeah, green.
And
Was it green and white?
He died.
Right.
Which one?
Yeah, the
Pepper-
Did you do
actor.
a murder suicide?
The Green White Ranger.
Oh my god.
No, I think
Yeah,
he
it's
just
bad.
No,
did
the
his-
Red Ranger. I don't remember. Let me not say.
I think
it was the Red Ranger that died.
No, I think the Red Ranger. I think the Red Ranger is a porn star now.
Okay.
No, that's the Blue
Okay.
Ranger. That's the Blue Ranger.
Oh, the Blue Ranger is a porn star.
Yeah, I believe.
Well,
it's
the White Ranger died. Jason David Frank.
But he
yeah.
didn't kill anyone, right?
No, just himself. It's a sad story. Okay.
And do you know that Trini actually died a long time ago in a car accident?
Yeah, and she was my favorite. She's the reason why my
my
favorite
God.
color is yellow.
This is the worst conversation.
The Red Ranger. The Red Ranger killed someone. It was the Red Ranger. The Red Ranger.
Oh
killed
my
someone.
god! What the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How are they all so fucked up? Okay,
Yeah,
this is a
sword.
different
Killed
conversation.
someone with a sword.
What happened with the Yellow
Stabbed
Ranger,
multiple times
Mike?
with a sword.
She got into a car crash and died like not that long after the show got popular.
They did not have good fates, eh? Did anyone get out clean?
That's why they had like a new.
That's a cursed show.
I didn't
Is
know
this
it
on a
was.
cursed land or something? This sounds
Yeah,
wild.
it's really bad.
Yeah, I remember me
God.
and my nephew were like closer in age, like siblings wise. He's like 5 years younger than me, so I had the White Ranger costume for Halloween, and he had the Yellow Ranger costume because that's all that there was available. So I made fun of him.
Oh, you know what we should be
So-
using this
so
whole
mean.
segment for? Rest in peace to Paul Rubens.
I know.
Pee-wee.
Yeah.
Binder's not here to
Mhm.
talk
Oh, yes,
about
yes.
this.
Yeah,
Binder-
Binder
Oh,
was
yeah,
a huge
I forgot
fan of
about
him.
that. Binder was a big fan.
I was on
Yeah.
a Binder show that was very long, and he kind of like went through all of how this was like his whole childhood, and even met Paul Rubin.
Yeah, I saw the photo.
Yeah, so yeah, this was sad for Binder. I did watch a little bit of Pee Wee Herman as a kid, but I wasn't like super into it. But yeah, I know that he was a lot of people's childhoods.
Yeah.
I always found him weird. I never.
Oh,
never
thank
really
you.
enjoyed the
I didn't
show.
want to say that because I didn't
No, it
know.
is weird.
Where to
It is a
be
weird
with that.
character. It is a weird
Now,
character.
no,
It's not going to vibe with
so
everybody.
A lot of people love Speak because that's childhood, and it. You know, I would say as we get older, we see a lot of our childhood favorites, and I think that's just a reminder of not getting old, but getting older and how people come and go. But like so much of our childhood favorites, or people that we grew up watching, are passing away. But The Voice, when I was younger.
It was the voice and just his mannerisms. I'm like, I don't like this
It
guy.
gave me creepy. I know that they're, tabloids at the time. And what I thought when I was younger was that he was,
Yeah,
and
we
this is
canceled him
not,
unfairly.
there is no truth to this, but this is what was in my mind, that he was a creeper. I don't know why
I thought
put
so
that
too.
together. That's what I
Yeah,
thought.
they tried to present him that way
Unfairly
because he did a
slandered.
very
Yeah.
normal
Mhm.
thing. Yeah.
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 So he went to go masturbate in a porn theater, which is something that adults do, and then that's you kind of buy a ticket, you buy consent to go do that. It was said that he walked into a regular movie theater and exposed himself.
That's what it
not
is,
what
and
happened.
that became the
And
truth.
That's not what
Yeah.
happened. Yeah, I know. That became the
thank
truth.
you for clarifying that. And as a kid, that became the truth that I
Yep.
heard. Because that we played telephone. We didn't have social media to really clear up things and stuff. With what they put in the tabloids, that's what it was. So
Yeah.
I put that together, and then it was just, I'm like, oh, he's a creepy person. Like, he touches kids. And that's not
And
true. It's not true.
It's not. No, and the really sad thing about that was that there was a lot of homophobia tapped into that story as well, because that was actually a thing for it was and still is in large part very unsafe for gay men to hit on other men, because sometimes they can try to fight you or stuff like that. So there were spots that people could go there where you would know that you would be amongst other gay people. That was one of those environments, and they tried to reframe the whole story like he was somehow exposing himself to kids or doing something untoward. It really sucks. He got unfairly canceled for years.
Yeah, that is really sad, because I had the same idea as Rebecca. Like, I thought that he was accused of pedophilia. I had no
Me too.
idea. So yeah, we all had this false idea based on 90s tabloids, or maybe it was 2000s, I'm not sure. But yeah, it's crazy. I guess that's one of the benefits of social media, that now he could have corrected the record. I don't know.
Yeah, you could look into stuff quicker and get, even though a lot of fake shit spreads at the same time, if you're not a moron, you can find the truth.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a vintage cancel. So whatever was out there, that was that.
Vintage cancel. Did you all see that meme that was even without social media, we all somehow managed to spread a rumor in high school that Marilyn Manson removed his ribs to suck his own dick?
I heard
Yes.
that too.
It was,
Yes.
It's not true. It was 100%.
So that's
But
not-
in my high
okay.
school, we spread that rumor.
It's
I
not
gotta
true.
say, if you told me that was true, I'd be like, oh yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, no,
The lies.
I
that
did-
we
I
were
did
just
know it was
watching.
never
We were
not
just
true.
talking-
That rumor.
We were having full conversations. We knew, we had, the people to inform us this, and we were just having full on conversations about this. It was
And
true.
then we tell
Like
other
authorities.
people.
Yeah.
Where did that come from? Where did that originate? That lie?
I mean,
don't
it's
know.
believable, so I get why it's
It is.
spread.
But
Because
the fact that it's spread across the world, someone
Yeah.
started this.
Yeah, we got America and Canada
We
spreading
gotta
the
find
same
patient
rumor.
zero. Yeah, it's wild.
The lies that we just will carry around with us in our back pocket.
That's so
Yeah.
funny. I
He
forgot.
just
Oh my
turned out to be a
god.
monster. That's all.
Yeah, he's evil
Yeah.
for different
Right.
reasons.
Yes,
not
yes,
that
he's actually
wanting
actually
to.
evil.
Yeah, not that wanting to remove your rib to auto-fillet yourself is evil, but we had different thoughts about him. You know what I mean?
That's inventive, actually.
Ingenuity.
Yeah, I mean, if you were that,
He was ahead of his
dedicated,
time.
then
Yeah.
You had kudos to
That's
you.
real dedication.
Yeah,
At the
yeah.
same time,
Not
why would
real.
a rock star need to do that? You know what I mean?
True.
He's probably doing just fine.
There are so many stupid rumors. I knew about that rumor, and then there was Janet Jackson having a secret baby.
Real, I didn't hear that one.
Yeah, look, cause see, white folks. See, I know about y'all tea. See, I ain't know. Listen, literally, you guys are like,
Where's the
wow,
reciprocity?
never heard of it. No,
Yeah.
but that was the rumor. Janet Jackson had a secret baby, and then as we got older, the early 2000s, late 90s, the secret baby. This is so dumb, and the fact that we would walk around and be like, Ashanti is that secret baby. Ashanti,
Okay,
the
so-
They
singer
thought it
is-
was Ashanti.
We really were
Yeah,
out here
that's-
putting that
I
out
was
there
about to
as
pipe in with that.
Bible verses. We
Oh
were
my
saying
God.
that Ashanti was Janet Jackson's secret child. Now,
Oh my
why-
Yeah, I remember that one.
why would we? It's crazy.
Wait, is Hippie Ninja saying Richard Gere and the Gerbil? Is that not true? Because
That one's
I've
not
been
true.
saying that a lot. Wait,
That one's made up too.
oh my God! I thought
Yeah,
that was
one's
real.
Mhm.
Oh, this poor man.
What's the
he's been
gerbil one again?
slandered.
It's something about a gerbil and an ass. Is that what we're talking
Yeah,
about
I
here?
think he's the guy that put the gerbil in his butt, right?
What is happening here?
Mike's brought this up before, and I'd never heard this. So just
Yeah,
like,
no. So there was one of these actors, one of the Richards. I don't know which Richard. It's one of the Richards,
One
the
of the
old white Richards. I mean, thousands. But he like apparently put a gerbil in his ass or something.
Yeah,
I li-
it was.
So
it
it's
was a
not.
Richard
Oh my
Gere
God!
fake
I
rumor.
actually.
That one's
Oh, it
not
was
real.
Richard
But
Gere.
to the
Richard.
Oh my
person
God!
who's saying
I'm so
did
sorry,
R-
Richard.
To the person saying, did R. Kelly marry Aaliyah? That is true, and he did do it when I think she was 17 or 16. So that one's an unfortunately true shitty story.
I didn't know that actually. Oh
Yeah.
wow!
Yeah, before she died.
Damn! Oh my God! I can't. My mind is blown. That's so crazy. Because I always thought this dude is like, whenever like I hear about Richard Gere, I'm like, oh, fuck him. You know, just it was.
Because
Yeah,
you were
shove
up
it
there, he
in
put that
someone's
gerbil in his behind.
Yeah, like how could you do that to an
Animal
innocent
abuse.
creature? And I
Ay,
was
ay, ay.
thinking, like I joke about this with friends. Like imagine, like that gerbil had the worst death of any creature. Like he
Oh
died
my
in this
God.
old dude's fucking ass. Like he should be prosecuted for
happened.
this. Like we can't just let this go.
Richard Gere is like, I don't know, comes off as like the most just like normal kind of act. Like he's just a normal actor. Like
He
he's like
does.
a
He
normal
doesn't
dude.
deserve
Like
this.
so,
I
like
still can't- I
just
still can't
funny
look
to
at him.
think that he would do. He out of anybody would do that. Like it's just so out of character for him.
God. Well, and then there was the song from Eminem, "Fack," where he didn't say Richard Gere, but I thought that was a reference. So it kind of like reinforced this
Oh my
conspiracy
God.
theory that I
That's
was led to
hilarious.
believe. That's wild, though. I actually feel really bad, although I still think of him in a very negative way because it's going to take years to undo that thought of Richard Gere. Like I wanted him to be arrested for this. I was going to do a civil arrest if I saw him in person.
Not a civil.
I bet you there are like a lot of things that we think are true that were embedded in us as like children and just are not true, and we're going to
So-
slowly unlearn them over the next
Yeah.
few decades.
So, but you see now with social media and and I'll touch lightly on this because I don't really know how to feel about the story. But see now with social media, things come out so quick. Your favorite stars, right? Who are big and who are all of this. And I'm talking about Lizzo. You see how you could just wake up one morning and she's on top of the world, is the most positive, the most supportive, somebody who will correct the media for X, Y, and Z, somebody who shares her heart with everyone, media, outside of media. She's known for doing good. At her performances, we see her talk about body positivity. And in the latest news that's coming out, people who are former dancers, people who've worked with her, they're painting her out to be, or allegedly saying that she's done everything opposite of what we know her to be or what she stands for. And then her apology that came out this morning. Oh, I said apology, my bad. Her statement that came out this morning. It was not an apology, correction, where it was just kind of surface, not really addressing anything. And but I'm not sure where to be on it right now, so I don't know how to have this conversation. But I just wanted to point it out.
What did she say in her statement?
Okay, let me find it.
Yeah, it was not what I
She kind
expected.
of uses sexuality as defense, which is kind of a no-no in my mind for what she's being accused of. I'll say this: I saw a lot of people online saying like women are being judged by a different standard than men. Like male rock stars do this stuff all the time; they get away with it. This is kind of like a double standard thing. And to which I'd say there's no question. There's obviously a huge discrepancy in that regard, but that doesn't make any of what she's accused of tolerable or acceptable. Especially because like it involves underpaying your staff, not paying them overtime. It involves involves like pressuring or coercing them into do sexual things they didn't want to do. And if true, I mean, like, yeah, it doesn't matter who it's being done to or by whom, it's bad if it's true.
Yeah.
So Lizzo said online, she was responding to the lawsuit. She put this on, I guess, Instagram, Twitter. She said these last few days have been not this going out on me. Hold on. She was like, these last few days have been gut-wrenchingly difficult and overwhelmingly disappointing. My work ethic, morals, and respectfulness have been questioned. My character has been criticized. Usually I choose not to respond to false allegations, but these are as unbelievable as they sound and too outrageous to not be addressed. These sensationalized stories, she said, are coming from former employees who have already publicly admitted that they were told their behavior on tour was inappropriate and unprofessional. She went on to say, as an artist, I have always been very passionate about what I do. I take my music and my performances seriously because at the end of the day, I only want to put out the best art that represents me and my fans. With passion comes hard work and high standards. Sometimes I have to make hard decisions, but it's never my intention to make anyone feel uncomfortable or like they aren't valued as an important part of the team. So now, mind you, the videos that came out were allegations, and these were of the former employees, some of them dancers, some of them creative directors. They were detailing some of the events of them being in Amsterdam, going to parties that they didn't know about, being forced to do sexual things, being a part of the show that they didn't want to be a part of in, I guess, the red light district. They were detailing things, and they detailed saying that while they were dancers, they were told that they were gaining weight, they were drinking, or accused of drinking. It was almost like how they were saying it was that they were being like hazed. And so they were fat shamed, allegedly, and forced to do sexual acts. One of them said that they were forced to eat a banana from one of these I don't want to call them sex workers. I don't know, but one of their vajayjays.
Sex workers.
So there's a video that, because the internet will dig it up, and then a video showed up after that allegation of her saying that she wanted to go to the banana bar or whatever it was called to do just that. And to me, that doesn't make it true.
That in the video.
Yeah, she did an interview, and they dug up that interview. And so they're detailing all of these things. There was one, they said that one of the leaders of the dance group, she actually was very saved Christian, and she wanted to get all of them to become Christians, but then had some weird like addiction to, I guess, some sexual things that had to do with women. And then, so they were saying it was just really weird how she presented herself. And then there was a video of that woman. I reposted it on my threads. It was a video of that woman just saying, oh, thank you, Jesus. I'm so glad to be off tour. Thank you, God. I just want to say that God is great. God is good. If I didn't say that God is good, I want to just reiterate that God is amazing. God is great. God is so good. I came home, I seen my dog, and God is amazing. I'm like, oh no, she crazy. Okay. Whatever that was good. I agree with you, sis. But whatever they said you did, you're not beating those allegations with this video. It was giving strange. It was
sounds like the pastor we showed earlier.
Yeah.
It was strange. It was like she was in the trance. But at the same time, though, I just don't know where to be with this, because I know I don't know. I think I want to. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know. I'm just giving you guys.
It sucks. It sucks. It sucks. Yeah. I'm a huge fan of Lizzo too, and like I agree with some people who are just like, we tolerate way worse from other people. Like I don't think that makes any of it good. Like doing the whataboutism we're trying to be like just because other people or other rock stars do it. And yeah, I would be a hypocrite if I just like canceled Lizzo when I listen to like a ton of artists who have so much stuff. Like I'd be harder pressed to go through my music catalog and point out unproblematic artists, but that doesn't mean that when you find out about it, like it still shouldn't be condemned, right? Especially from like a workers' rights issue. Like it seems like a ton of really, really egregious things. Some of them are like they're substantially serious too.
Well, one of them I heard was that she was making her dancers re-audition, and it went on for like 12 hours or something to the effect, according to the lawsuit. And one of them was afraid that if she left to go to the bathroom, that she would end up like getting fired. So she soiled herself and just kept dancing. So that's like that kind of
Wow.
like
Are you kidding me? That's in the lawsuit?
yeah, that's in the lawsuit, and it kind of like describes like the hostile environment that they were in, where they really felt like their livelihoods, and this is like me paraphrasing, like their livelihoods would be lost in an instant just because you kind of created this environment that was like really really hostile. And it is like it's so strange because like she presents as somebody who is the opposite of this, which is why I think these allegations are just so shocking to people, right? Because she's like very like I'm not a huge fan of Lizzo's music, but I loved her as a person, just based on like her message and like what she said. And it's all about love yourself. I think that's great, and young people need that. But to hear all this, it's like, oh my god, was it all a lie? So yeah,
she was also unfairly like being called out by the right all the time for the worst things, right? It would be like they'd be mad that she played a flute beautifully. Yeah, no matter what, they had the worst reasons for going after her. So just kind of like it's that a sacred flute that was like owned by like a slave owning rapist that no one should ever play. Like, oh, the sanctity. That was obviously ridiculous, but like it sucks because like this is actually one of those things where like even people who are fans are like that. Wow, this is bad.
Like there's I don't know. I want to see how this is going to develop, and then I'm going to definitely speak on it more. I mean, I feel like there is more than I thought would be out. Like, I didn't even think, I mean, like, I really thought, okay, here are allegations, but no, now it just started to roll out so much. And, I have a lot to say, but I'm just going to package it because I know when I wake up tomorrow, it's going to be more. So I'm going to see where we get to on Saturday for my show and just kind of let it all out. But yeah, it's a very unfortunate thing to see because, and then I see people who are utilizing, like you said, like Lance, like who are utilizing this moment to say, I told you so. Lizzo was not as great as you thought. Lizzo she's not supportive. She's not X, Y, and Z. And then people took this opportunity to continue to fat shame, to push that out on their platforms as well. Yeah. They were saying like, oh, not somebody fat, calling the other person fat. It's like all y'all fat. Like it was just I saw
so much of that.
It was a lot of more fat shaming in the midst of people saying that, okay, hey, this is what happened to me. And it's just like they're utilizing that just to add. And they were like, yeah, and you guys were supportive of her being big and wearing sexy things. And look at her now. It's so
Is anyone else named in the lawsuit, or is it just Lizzo that was like the one that did this, that created this whole environment? Or is there someone else that was like working with her to
the person who I don't know her name. The religious lady, I think, is like part of like the dance captain, who is also, I believe, named, but not 100% sure on that. But yeah,
they mentioned her in there.
It's bizarre that she thinks she'd even like get away with it, like to treat people like this, and it would not, and it just like it's okay with them. Like, does she not realize how they felt when it just, I don't know. That's
she's named in that lawsuit. Her dance captain, Shirlene Quigley. They said that she was mentioned in the lawsuit where again it alleges that she attempted to convert the dancers to Christianity and inappropriately simulated oral sex in front of them. That's just like, it's just so,
it's like a very Catholic priesty, like, pedophile type of, not like pedophile, but like in the predatory way. Yeah. Where they use the religion to get like people to do them sexual favors. It's so twisted and manipulative.
Child, I don't know. I
again, we have no heroes.
See, that's why I say I start learning. Like I like who I like. I don't like who I don't like. And I just go on with my life. People they will disappoint you. They will disappoint you. I was just listening with my baby girl to the Barbie album, the movie soundtrack, and she had that song Pink, and my niece loved it. She just wanted to play it over and over and over, and then the Nicki Minaj and Ice Spice, but she wanted to play that song over and over, and I'm like, oh, I like this. It sounds so like, it's just a cute little song, because Lizzo has that where she can create content or music that makes you just feel happy and kid friendly at times, where it's like, okay, I can play this. She feels happy. It gives good energy. So I don't know that it really, and I wonder, so if, the allegations are true, will the cancellation come fast? Like, will Barbie remove her from the soundtrack? Will all those things, like what will come of this?
I'm personally going to say no to being taken off anything Barbie this movie, maybe not invited back for any of the sequels or other stuff like that. But it also depends on the fallout, because this isn't just directly implicating Lizzo, it's also members of her staff and the environment that they created and stuff like that. If you ask what the worst thing she's personally accused of, that's the one at the strip club where she was like trying to get the dancers to touch the sex workers. If that's correct, right? Because it was the other person who was like trying to get someone to actually eat a banana or something like that. Regardless, it's all pretty bad, but I like Barbie's already, like, that ship has sailed, it's it's making $1 billion this weekend. It's about to hit $1 billion. Yeah.
I mean, like, how even what we see with other artists, and I'll say particularly R. Kelly, like we saw a lot of music removal or cancellation of people listening to him. And I know, like, it'll occasionally come up on some of my playlists, but people were removing them from playlists and things like that. Mute R. Kelly. So do you think that?
Yeah, I was gonna say though, like, R. Kelly got away with it for so long. That's the wild thing. Like, and that was so much worse. And I think in large part was because a lot of his victims were young Black women. And the media and the press was not giving it the same coverage they would, had it been young white teenagers, right? Like,
yeah.
So
I just don't know, because I say that to say canceling is a wild, just because people will believe something immediately, and I'm not saying that it's not true. So I don't want to, say something that is going to say that those women are lying or whatever. We don't know. These are just what the facts are, is what they're giving us. We can only say what they're saying. That's it. But like, canceling is just, listen, we might wake up tomorrow and ain't Lizzo nothing. Like, it happens that quick. And that's what I'm saying. And it's just her effect in the world has been so huge. But again, people are fickle. The world is very fickle. Literally, it might be 3 days and we don't know who Lizzo is no more. We will move on. That's how it is.
Do you not think, based on these series of allegations, she could do something where she properly, like, apologizes, addresses it directly, and then tries to do the good thing, and then they spin the PR in that direction, tries to do like restorative justice?
They could
right
do
the
that
wrongs.
too. They could do that too. But dang, like, if that really happened, where you forced someone to do a sexual act when they did not want nothing to do with it, and they had to do it, that's crazy.
That's bad. Yeah, that's really bad, especially in the position of a boss too. Like, you're in a position of power. Everything across, like, it looks really bad.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But I'm Lizzo love. I just thought, dang, this is great. It's good for girls, good for people, good for everybody. Dang, it's crazy. It's crazy to see. It's crazy to see. Not as crazy as these melanated dolls that I seen from Kylie Jenner with the Bratz dolls or whatever. Kylie not black.
Melanated.
Wait, what? I haven't seen this.
Yeah, I haven't seen this.
Well, you should. Today they rolled out Kylie Jenner's Bratz doll. She's the first celebrity to partner with the Bratz dolls, and have her series of Bratz dolls in different little outfits. And I'm like, what? Do they not know? Who's gonna tell Bratz that Kylie is not a black woman? She's not light skinned. She's not Latino. She white. But those dolls were.
My God!
Those dolls are melanated.
Okay, I haven't seen this.
Black.
I just saw it. Oh, Rebecca, that's so funny, because, like, as you were building that up, I was like, okay, what's this gonna? I was like, oh my God, no way.
So I think it's very problematic. When we're talking about representation, it almost gives when Kylie took her face and put it on Tupac's, and then had braids to the back. It's just too much.
Oh my God.
And that's her.
Yeah. And I mean, I know they tan. I know they tan, but the dolls look urban. They look very, very urban. They look black. They look Latino. They don't look white. And I don't know. It's just
I can say that one. They definitely don't look white.
That's it.
Right.
Yeah, they don't look like.
As long as we can agree with that.
Yeah.
I'm just
And-
shocked that brats are
Definitely
still
agree.
around.
Yo, brats came back. They often come back and then they go back. They go missing because they don't have enough sales. But I think they're doing a rebranding with Kylie. So yeah, that's
A relaunch.
I'm like, there was
Interesting.
great material out there for brats. And they chose Kylie. I got nothing against Kylie. I think she's beautiful. I absolutely love her body. She's a beautiful woman, but I hate the representation that should go elsewhere. It always will go to them. And I think that's when it should be. Like, if we're going to do dolls that look like that, let's go get somebody else. Like, let's go get Meg Thee Stallion if we're gonna do those dolls or something.
I would
and
buy
then
my
have
niece
Kylie
that.
be the white one. They have different dolls. They had the white one. I think they had like a Latino. They had the black, and I'm not sure about the other one, but they have different types. Like, let that girl be white. But she allowed it. So I think, I'm like, is she trying to show herself as her daughter? I'm just not sure here. I'm so confused. I don't know, but that bothered me. Representation definitely matters, but I guess, here we are.
If I can confess something, my worst example of this happening is I had to ask someone if Ariana Grande was white. Because Ariana Grande has gone through so many
you first seen
ethnic
her?
reimaginings.
Oh, when she first came on the scene, she was extremely obviously white.
I thought when I first saw her, and this could be terrible to say because she can sing. So I was like, okay,
she can really sing.
She can sing. And I was like, okay. And she portrayed herself. She never said no that she was not like Hispanic. And so I'm like, oh, she's
no. But when she was first on Disney, so this is what so I'll bring up an image because when she was first on, she was on Nickelodeon, I think. Because I've seen these. Let me bring up. This is like when I first saw this, I'm like, oh my god, she looks so different now. Like, this is not what she looks like. Here, this is her.
Oh wow!
Let me get a closer image. That's her.
I thought she was Hispanic. Today,
really? This?
Yes.
Not to me.
Today, she gives me more white. She gives me more like a white woman now.
I could say maybe a little Hispanic. I don't know.
She got me good. She got me good.
Wait, is that iCarly's friend in that show? What show is this?
Sam and Cat.
Oh, it is.
Sam
It's
Cat,
same. So it's the same universe. Oh my god, I missed out on all this. I liked the iCarly show because my niece was really into that, and I'm like, this is actually kind of a good ass show. Yeah, that's Sam. Okay,
I recognize her.
Have you seen this? I put it in the chat. She did another, like, I guess, reimagining, and this one she's trying to, I assume, look Asian now.
Oh my god.
Oh, then there was a whole thing about her doing this. They like going from being Latina to his a black.
That's Ariana Grande.
Yeah,
That's Ariana
to Asian. My God.
What the hell?
Really? I think it's just obvious.
Oh, I don't even know.
Who needs an accusation? How is this not?
Maybe
like,
she
clearly
was
she's trying to.
Maybe she was cosplaying.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I don't know what the hell's going on.
That's unfortunate. She's beautiful though, and she can really, really sing. And that was another thing. I feel like vocally too.
She's a very good singer.
Oh yeah, great singer. Yeah.
She got me. She got me. I'm like, who is this black woman? She got me.
Did you see the Saturday Night Live where she does like impressions of all these other singers? Like she
I
can
see
do a
it.
perfect Britney
She's
Spears.
really
And like,
good.
yeah, she crushes
She's
it.
really
Yeah,
good.
that was really good.
Yeah, she was cosplaying another race.
Oh my god.
Lyric, yeah. I'm done. I am done.
I hate her brother Frankie Grande.
What? She has a brother? What does he do?
She has a brother. Where is he?
He just lingers. He was on Big Brother a couple of years ago, and he was insufferable. And the whole time he was like, "My sister's Ariana Grande. My sister. My sister's." Like, dude, shut the fuck up about your goddamn sister. Nobody gives a shit. And like the house guests didn't even like know who she was. Like, who'd you say your sister was? Amanda Grande. What is her name? Like they didn't even give a shit.
Amanda Grande.
Yeah. If you're in the Big Brother community, you know that like Frankie Grande is very annoying.
I'm looking up.
I watched one Big Brother season, and that was enough for me.
I've seen them all.
I haven't seen any. I don't think I've seen.
And they
any.
just started a new one. It's finally good because they changed whoever was doing
It's
the
finally
casting.
good. It's like what 50 seasons? Like how far are they?
I've been waiting because some
Only
seasons
took
are
50
really good.
seasons. Now it's a good show.
Well, they would every single season it would be they'd cast like 16 young people who are like no older than 22. Almost all of them are white, and they'd always vote out the black people and people of color within the first couple of episodes. Like, okay, this happens.
Yes,
every fucking season.
That's just the point of that Chappelle skit.
They actually played on that in the Dear White People series, not the movie, but the series on Netflix.
The Netflix show.
They had one of the characters go into like a Big Brother house or whatever. They were doing that, and they were saying how like the black people go first or the darker skin people. They played on that in the season, and I was like, yeah,
it's not just like sus where it's like, oh, this is a bad coincidence. It's like this is like the white people all immediately form together and they leave like the three people of color on the sidelines. So they finally changed the cast. I don't know if they changed the casting person, but a couple of years ago, they actually got a diverse cast and they got 6 black people on the show, which they've never had more than like 1 black person on at a time or 2 black people on at a time. And what they did was to avoid that, they formed an alliance at the beginning called the Cookout. And they voted out all the white people, and they were there at the very end. And that's how they got the first black winner. It was so fucking awesome.
We can't invite nobody to the cookout, especially, see, I like what they did with that. I love it. But usually in those shows, though, especially back in the day, there was no representation of people of color or black people in those spaces for real. And I would only watch I would watch all these shows because we were forced to. We didn't have much to go off of. But when I would watch, if I would love the show and I would be rooting for, like Issa Rae said, everybody black. And it probably usually is at that time back in the day was one person. And that person had about 2 episodes, if that, in Be Gone. And what I saw, I've never seen The Bachelor or The Bachelorette, but I know when that first came out, it was like real white. It was, I just thought it was only for white people. And then when they finally did, I think a black person, it was such a big thing that it was like making news, making headlines. People were throwing parties, watch parties, just because the main person was black finally after all these years.
Yeah. It's, I would highly, like, if you don't watch Big Brother, I would recommend you watch that season because it wasn't just that they're like, hey, let's just like bind together. They played the fuck out of the people. So each of the members of the Cookout, they brought in somebody from outside the alliance, and one by one, when they would lose power, they'd vote out their like one person, and that's how they kind of kept the majority the whole time until the end. Where they're like, sorry, we're part of the Cookout, and you're gone. And it was and then the next season, there was the first black woman winner, which that's never happened before as well. And the Cookout, they were like one of the members of the Cookout, the guy who won, was like, see, after we did this, I was worried that we'd never get a black winner again. But then we got a black woman winner the next season, and she just did like an amazing job. Like she was bullied. People treated her like shit, and then she ended up winning the entire thing. So yeah, the last 2 seasons were good because they actually brought in people who were like more diverse in
I have
age.
to watch it.
But they also they it's more than white people, so you're not getting the same like 4 like gym bros, and then you get the nerd, and then the one gay person, and then the one like Latino. It's like stop doing this fucking shit. And once they stopped, it was good.
This is why Survivor is better. It only took Survivor 4 seasons, 2002, for the first person of color to win Survivor.
Sepia, she's from Portland.
Only 4 years.
There you go.
Only 4 years.
Only took 4 seasons compared to Big Brother. What, season 50? What is it?
Yeah, it's 25. Season 25. And this season is going to be really good because speaking of Survivor,
it was more than that, to be honest.
Siri from Survivor is on this season, and she's amazing. But
I haven't watched Survivor in years, so I forget everybody.
Okay, well, Siri is very, very good. So yeah, Big Brother is good again in the United States. So you can watch. I used to like the Canada one better because it was just like better casting and not just like here's
that
9.
Actually aired in the US.
I would use a VPN, so I would watch it.
Okay.
Like, yeah,
you're
yeah.
huge
just to get that extra content.
I watched the fuck out of Big Brother. Yeah,
I
that was like my
forgetting y'all
childhood.
are in Canada. I'm like, what are you talking about? Okay, yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, no, I love Big Brother. If any of the leftist mafia viewers want to watch along with me, that'd be amazing. I know there's only like a couple of other leftists that I follow that follow all the same like Big Brother people, but it's super fun. It's super fun.
That's crazy because what do I watch? I don't even know what I watched anymore. Do I watch anything in my life? I don't know, child. I get on Netflix and I let Netflix look. See, here I go. I'm rooting for everyone black. I let Netflix take me to like not the black cheesy stuff like they see on. I don't know if you guys know about this because it's like I don't want to culture shock you guys. Tubi.
Yeah, I've heard
Okay,
of
all right, all right, cool. We all know that. Yeah, I don't watch like Tubi stuff. I might catch that and I just to laugh at it, but when I get on Netflix, I try to go a little softer. The world is hard. The world is stressful. I don't need to be yelling at the TV and being like, "Dang, like see all the black people." I don't want to do that. So, I watched what is it? Sweet Magnolias. It's a really slow watch. It's so slow. It has like it's three women. Two of them are white, and then there's the black woman. The singer Heather Headley plays that role. But I like how I don't have to watch it and be like, I still kind of low key do that. But I don't have to watch it and be like, now what they gonna do? How are they gonna make the black character? How are they going to insert race into this? How are they going to? I just really just watch it because it's just like people living their lives. And yeah, that's it. I watched Tyler Perry's Sisters, which is terribly good. It's so terrible. It is terrible. And I think it's meant to be terrible. Because it's like a soap opera. He does it like a soap opera. And if you guys watch soap operas, you know
They're
it's
all
just
terrible.
like, oh my God, they're terrible, but you just keep watching it. And they will repeat the same thing 10 times in one scene. Like, why did you walk over there? Why did you make a right? Why are you standing by the light? What? Girl, okay, damn.
A+ writing.
Yeah, it's terrible. But I watch Sisters because it's kind of funny too. He makes it funny, but it's a soap opera that you watch. I think it's weekly. But that's really I need stuff to watch. I need to look. All the viewers send me like things to watch. I will watch it. I'm gonna watch it.
I was gonna say one episode. You just have to watch one and you're caught up. They just started it.
Why don't we all watch one episode of that season you were talking about? The one with the cookout. I'll watch that.
Yeah. Oh, I would rewatch it. It was so good. And it like if you're a longtime fan, the payoff is so much better because every fucking time, like the people of color would get fucked. First voted out, second voted. And so like just to have it change in such a profound way.
I'm not gonna watch it now. I know what happens.
Well, you don't know
what. That's the great part. I want to see it though. I want to see how they just come together, and they're just like.
It's actually like strategically speaking, like it was one of the best alliances in the show history, just because of how well they played everyone, and the internal dynamics of the group were really funny because like a couple of them hated each other, but they stuck together because like the second that we like fracture, they're gonna come for us because that's what happened every fucking season. So we have to stay together. And so yeah, it's very, very entertaining. It was probably like my second favorite season ever because the last one with the winner was really good. By the way, the last winner, Taylor Hale, she's actually a Hassan fan. So odds are she could watch Leftist Mafia. Probably not.
It's crazy.
So do you guys, David and Lance, somebody said, Wondrous Musing said, and sorry, because I can't get D Leopards XLs, said, can we receive some love for what is Total Drama Series?
Total Drama.
Oh, it said a gym from Canada.
Canadian thing?
That's what they said, a gym from Canada.
There it is.
Total Drama Series.
Total Drama Series.
Total Drama Series.
Is it like
never heard of
it's
this.
a cartoon? No, I've never watched it.
I wonder if this is like a specific like province thing because there are like provincial shows that other. It's an animated show.
Yeah, it's a cartoon.
Is it? Oh, it's new. I mean, it's 2007.
Like
I wouldn't have seen this. I think it's on Netflix. Interesting. I've not heard.
Did you guys? Okay, so quick question. I know. So you guys probably watch like Seinfeld.
Oh yeah.
And Friends. Friends.
I don't care about Friends. No.
Okay.
I watched Friends as an adult.
Seinfeld and The Simpsons are kind of like what I grew up watching.
Did you guys like watch Reba?
Reba?
No, I didn't watch
Reba McEntire, her show? No, I did not watch that. I like her music. I don't mind Reba McEntire's music.
Because now I'm going to ask you, because Ghost put it in the chat. Now I'm going to ask y'all, did you watch Living Single? Yeah, I gotta tell the truth. It's okay. It's a safe space.
No.
Okay. Did you watch A Different World?
No.
I watched in living color.
Okay, Living
Not
Color.
Living Single.
That's good.
Yeah.
I watched episodes of it.
But Living Single,
No,
these
I
are
loved
like
it, Living Color.
Living Single and A Different World. But Living Single was the original, I guess, first, and then Friends. But they chose Friends and pushed Friends more. It was that. And so
I've just watched
same set and everything, and they gave
I gotta
them.
finish watching that.
Yeah, they gave
same set.
Yeah, like they were on the same working, and then they gave Living Single though, like scraps to eat, the lowest, like pay, all of that, and they focused so much.
Yeah, this is a true story.
On Friends, and so I say that to say, like a lot of times we watch as Black people, we watched everything, but a lot of times I'm asking like some white folks, like y'all didn't watch this, like okay, did you watch Martin?
Oh yeah, I watched the fuck out of Martin as a kid.
There's also a lot of American shows that aren't just aired in Canada,
That's
right?
true.
So, like,
that's true. So that's why. Okay.
I
so
have
that's
this,
true too.
I don't think I even heard of Martin.
Oh my god,
man, that's so crazy, y'all. Martin that's like,
It's like
yo,
is it
y'all
Martin Lawrence?
It's a Martin Lawrence, like from Bad Boys. Had his own show, 90s big. Like when you want to see 90s culture, especially like Black 90s culture, that and Living Single, A Different World, which are like in the 80s, like that. Those are a big deal. So yeah, no, those are good Black shows that I could rewatch a million times over. And then we had UPN. So during the week at night, UPN would give us the Black shows at nighttime. So we would stay up to watch like Brandy's show.
Was it Mr. Cooper on there?
Mr.
Sinbad.
Cooper. Yep, Sinbad.
I used to watch those all the time.
Girlfriend. Like all of those shows, we would stay up at night during the week and have a special day to watch the Black shows because they allocated that to the nighttime, late at night, for us to watch.
That's crazy.
The two ones that like I think almost all Canadians watched growing up, because it was on the CBC, was Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and Family Matters.
Okay, well, see, I give you some points for that. Okay, all right, we working with something. I know Family Matters is good.
I also watched
watched
I also watched the Cosby Show, but I'm not sure if that really counts anymore.
Okay, no, I mean, it counts. The Cosby Show. I mean, dang. But yeah, so
you know what's funny about Family Matters is that I didn't know that Steve Urkel was the same actor as Stefan. Because I watched it when I was really young. So like when I revisited it when I was a little bit older, I'm like, wait, is that the same guy?
It was the same guy. But
I had no idea.
But I know it was the same guy, but I just loved the transformation. I was like, first of all, what is going on in my head? Just fast. I'm like, ooh, Stefan, so fine. When he comes out of the chamber, and it's like the chamber was like, when I look at it now, I'm like, that chamber was like literally put together with tape and boxes. But and then you was like, and he's like doing all this stuff, whatever. And then when he comes out with the suit that's oversized, like Steve Harvey suit from the 90s, just coming out, and then it's like a whole thing. And I'm like, ooh, Stefan. And then the audience, because back in the day they had the the audience that was actually an audience. They're like,
real live
audience. Those are the good times.
Yeah, my mind was blown from that shit. Like, yeah, I was missed it. I was Laura Winslow. I had no idea in that predicament. Like,
I know Stefan was nice. And he sells Purple Urkel now. I think that's what it's called. He sells weed and Purple Urkel.
Really? Oh, really?
Yeah.
What?
And he still looks pretty young. Yeah.
I feel like that was almost a way to like save the actor because he had to play this nerdy character the entire, like. By having stuff on it, it allows him to not be like typecast and like he can have a life where people actually
he still had to play on
like
that.
him.
Purple Urkel.
Might as well cash in, right? Like,
yeah, you got to cash in.
So I posted a link to this. It's a TikTok. So I did a video on this today, but I have to share it with you all because I want the panel's takes on this. But there's an app called Veebs. And I don't really want to spoil this for you. I just want you to watch the TikTok because it's very, very good. She's going to demonstrate what this Veebs app is. And then I can give you more context.
The best way to fight against these rogue brands is with our wallets. That's why I use the Veebs app when I do my grocery shopping. Okay, this has a very poor rating, so we definitely are going to be putting this back. But
Girl,
look at
don't
all
make
the
me
other
fight
ice
you.
creams in the store that have great ratings. We have Bluebell, we have Dryers, Tillamook, Blue Bunny, Halo Top, even Baskin Robbins. So let's go pick up some ice cream that supports our values.
Wait for the pose. Wait for it. It's my favorite part.
All right, now on to the next item on my list. Next on my list are
Crack.
tampons. Let's see what rating Tampax has. So they have a very low rating, but it shows that Playtex has a much better rating. Playtex does make an organic cotton tampon, which is a lot better. See how simple value-based shopping is?
Oh, nice.
I'm so glad someone came up with this app. It makes value-based shopping so simple. Download Beebs today.
What the hell?
I've watched that TikTok so many times. I've studied it. I have analyzed it in every which way.
So did you hear, Mike, that apparently that app doesn't just show you what's woke, and apparently like right-wingers are really mad now because it actually can, like, if you want to use it to find products that are akin to all of your like values and beliefs, it'll help you in that way. Like you can find the best products with it.
Yeah, so I did a video about this, and in it I included a clip from The Quartering where he talks about this app, and you will see him in real time find out that, oh, there's an LGBTQ plus values pack that you can add to.
Wow.
So the app itself is
for everybody?
Whoa. Yeah, it's just so, but
It's just how you use the app.
Yeah, they're marketing
Yeah.
it as anti-woke, and the CEO, Chris Rhodes, was on Stuart Varney's program, and even though the whole segment was, watching wokeness or something like that, he never specifically said anything about anti-woke. He's like, well, you choose your values, and then it helps you shop based on your values, and it's like, wait, this is a little bit, and that's how I found this whole app, because I watched that interview. Don't ask why. But then I'm like, wait, he's being really coy here. So why isn't he saying more about this app? Like, where's the fire, right? Because this is you're standing up against the woke. And yeah, it turns out they have an entire value, like for any political ideology. If you want to support conservative, liberal, America First, aka Nazi, veterans, Black Lives Matter, LGBTQ plus, there's something for everyone. Earth, climate emergency. And it's so funny that it's not just anti-woke. But yeah, so everyone, I would highly encourage you to watch my video. I just want to plug that because it's so funny. It's so funny.
These people really be out here, and they make so much money doing that. Like I know she making fun of the trans woman that she posted.
Dylan Mulvaney, yeah. I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw her image popped up there.
I don't like that. Like I see that Dylan got a lot of hate on there, but a lot of love, but a lot of hate on Twitter going through her process. I don't like that. I just don't like it. See, those kind of things, that's why I say I want to be who I am. I'm just a really soft person. I live in a predominantly white area, and when I go to my Target, if I see that, I'm going to like, it ain't gonna be nice. Like, and then I don't want to be that way in y'all community. I want to be all right. I just go your side, I'm gonna go mine. But when I see that, it's those are the kind of things that be like, get the manager. This girl is trying to attack me. Now I'm in jail. Okay. And they're giving me like life because I don't really snatch this girl's head off. So like, no, but I hate that because it's so problematic. But like you said, you make this app, you post it and promote it to try to be anti-white, but or anti-woke. And at the end of the day, everybody can really use it and be either racist, hateful, or find things for their marginalized communities. So it's really for everybody.
I mean, from a business perspective, that's how you would do it, right? You want to appeal to everyone. And I think the reason why that guy went on Fox News specifically is because they're the ones that are the craziest in terms of that shit. Like they want to seek out all the anti-woke stuff because they know that's the big talking point right now on the right.
How woke is your mayonnaise?
Yeah, I mean, Charlie Kirk literally said that he thinks about that.
Is it the black person on there? Like, because that was like
probably
one
a mixture
item.
of that. It's probably a mixture
of
marketing and like who they've had in their marketing. If they've supported LGBTQ rights publicly, like I'm sure it's a whole
so they did the beer.
combination of
Ben
things.
Jerry's.
So if they canned beer, so they'll be like no to the beer.
Even though in that same, I mean, Bud Light gave but we covered this in the past, but Bud Light didn't give any help at all to Dylan Mulvaney while she was going through all that trash from the right wing. So like Bud Light is just a shit company, like, or I should say Anheuser-Busch. These companies just they don't give a shit, obviously. So all these companies are not woke because they're all out to just fucking steal your money and pay their workers terribly. So there's very few little, woke
they want to commodify civil rights movements. That's what it is. That's what rainbow washing is, right? You're basically taking something that was about civil rights and trying to turn it into posters and banners and clothing and sell it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they do this for money. But if you're all interested, I talk about this in the video as well. There's another TikTok from that same influencer, and she brings in her aunt, and her aunt is fucking amazing because she's like really like pseudo enthusiastic, and she's like, "Oh, I love gadgets," and then she's scanning like her laundry detergent and finding out that it's woke, and then she's just like for a split second, you see just look in her eyes like, "I'm not fucking throwing this shit out. I'm not gonna replace it." It's like if you think about it, it's really insane. Like if you're at the grocery store and you see like some ice cream and you're like, "Ooh, that looks really good, peanut butter chocolate chip," and then you're like, "Oh fuck, it's woke. I can't get it." I mean, who wants to live their life that way? That's miserable.
So
you gotta live your life. You can't.
I literally things that I buy are made by like white racist people. I wouldn't know. Now, if I focus on that, I'm not gonna be clothed. Like
it's better off not knowing.
Like it's so ridiculous.
That's how society's run right now. Like you can't, you really can't escape it. You can't.
True.
Yeah. There's no ethical consumption under capitalism. That's the same.
That's precisely. I remember back in like, I don't know, was it 2014, 2015? The CEO of Barilla, he said that he doesn't want gay people buying his pasta. Or no, he said something homophobic, and then somebody said, "Well, what about the gay people that buy your pasta?" And he was like, "I don't want them buying my pasta." So I'm like, "Well, fine then, fuck you." And like a year later, I'm like, I don't give a shit anymore. I'm just gonna get whatever the fuck I want.
It's like
the best at a reasonable price.
It's in my budget. Things are very expensive right now.
Yeah.
If anything, you heard him because you're gay buying his pasta. You're like, screw you. I'm gonna buy your pasta.
Exactly.
I'm gonna give you my money.
It's praxis.
Yeah. It's like it's so unrealistic to live your life that way, right? Like it reminds me of like when I was younger and I was brainwashed into like evangelicism, and my family was like hyper conservative, where every little thing that any video game, any show, it had to be hyper scrutinized. Like, oh my God, does this glorify God? Is this evil? Like I could even play Super Mario Brothers, right? Because the ghosts, and that's like, well, ghosts aren't real because then that means they don't go to heaven. So yeah, I couldn't play anything. So it's like as an adult, I refuse.
People will take things, and I'm sorry you had to go through that. Like things get culty, things get weird, and it's like if you just know, hey, I'm a believer, but I'm just playing this video game to play it. Like, unless it's really hurting me or changing my mind. But you got to know, like, I'm not here unless something is really affecting or doing whatever. But people, oh gosh, like even like the churches I know some churches don't let girls wear pants, and my mom was like, "Girl, if you don't put them pants on the way you be sitting in church, like, girl, put the pants on." Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, it just it sucks that people had to grow up like that. But now it's funny because people are trying to like separate and divide and do all of this. Girl, I have no time. I don't even really do that with my laundry. I don't have time to do that in the real world. I need to really focus on true issues that are like, not that there's a Black person on the ice cream, and not that when I go to the store here and they say they're selling fried chicken, it's unseasoned. I'm not going to focus on that because I'm not going to drive 3 miles away or like 2 cities away to go get the seasoned chicken. I'm just here. Okay. Like, leave me alone. That's it. Like, people focus on the smallest things, and some things are just, in my opinion, I know some people do invest in, I'm not buying that because, and I'm not doing that because, and I'm not, my budget doesn't allow me to be picky like that. So yeah.
That's a really great point too. Like, somebody made that point in the comment section about the app video that I did. It's like, imagine being able to like select what you buy based on if it's woke and not on the price. Like, for me, we're getting the generic because that's cheaper. Like, we saved an average of like $30. It's just,
doesn't matter if racists made it.
right. It's just, it's so out of touch. And at the end of the day, like, people just want to live their fucking lives. Like, when I go to the grocery store and I want to get some fucking food or something, I don't want to think about politics. I mean, sure, politics is everywhere, right? But like, you overemphasize these insignificant things. Like, as David said, like, no matter what you do, like, you can buy this fucking candy bar and it has the rainbow flag on it, and it's like, hey, support queer people, but then you look up and they're sourcing, you know, their chocolate from slave labor in a developing country. Like you just can't be ethical under the system. So like the best that you can do to be sane is just shut that shit down in your mind and live.
When I'm gonna be honest with you guys, this is facts. Unless, you know, it's something that really I gotta really stand on. Like if I seen that girl in the store doing that, I would have to like call her out. But like when I go to the store or when I get off, like I have, like I said, a 9 to 5. So the time that I do have in between, when I go on my runs, they look at me crazy. I see everybody look at me crazy. But if I focus on when I like everybody looking at me crazy because I'm the black girl running alongside y'all and y'all think it's crazy, I'm not going to do my run. I'm not going to focus on my 5 miles or my 3 miles. I'm not going to focus on that. So like, I just make sure I get that done. I go into the stores. I used to make it a thing when I first moved here because it was like COVID and it was George Floyd. It was a whole thing. And I felt like everybody was out to get me. But then I'm like, I live here. I need to buy food here. I need to get hair products in this store. I need to do that over here. So no, I pushed politics to the side in that moment. And because there's a life that I have that I got to take care of myself. I'm not going to not stand in this lane. And just because this girl thinks that I can't be using this product, girl, if you don't move out my way so I can get this and go, like, I got to live my life and I'm going to buy what's affordable to me. I'm going to buy what I need. Nobody's going to tell me anything. Like, and that's just it. I can't be out here being so picky with everything. There are, like I said, real issues to focus on. Like, yeah. So.
And on that note, super chats, real issue. Focus on.
Well, I can't get them because like we were talking about. So you guys have to go on my my channel, which I don't use, and go subscribe over there so that I can monetize and I can start doing that as well. But I can't.
Yeah, I think there's a certain number you have to hit before you can even like live stream, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you have to hit 500 subscribers, and you also need, I think, 4,000 hours of watch time. So go to Rebecca's channel and just hit the replay on the video, so that way we build up the watch time.
Is it youtube.com/@Rebecca Azor? Is that the...
Let me see. It might be. Yeah, it's at Rebecca Azor. It's not these songsters. That's my Twitter. I don't know, Adrian. Is that real? I probably got two, but it's Rebecca Azor. Yeah.
Let me find. I'll put the link in my chat too, just so we can.
I don't know. I have not been on that page. I had to dust it off. I told you. I was like, this is like from college. I was looking at these videos and I just cringe. Like, so if you guys get on there and you see me, my baby journal days, 11 years ago.
11 years ago is one of them.
Oh my God, yeah.
I was a baby journal. Like,
this is cute.
Yeah, this is cute.
Oh, those are just, I'm like, get it out of here. I had to put some of them on private because I'm like, what are these? Like, it's crazy.
So hopefully next time or sometime in the future, send some. But in the meantime, you do have a Cash App, so people can send.
Yeah, my Cash App is Becca's Voice. Yes, if you guys want to send to me, that would be great. It's Becca's Voice, BECCASVOICE. So yep. And on Saturday, I'll be doing my show. Like it or not, we do our little one Saturday morning show. Light, keep it cute on Saturday. Sometimes it can get serious depending on how me and Ben and Bubba are feeling. If you guys don't know, we got Ben on there, who we call like the political preacher. We got me, who's a journalist, but I like to have a good time. I like to joke and have a good time, but sometimes I can get real serious. And then we have Bubba, who is our LGBTQIA plus representative and our DJ on the show. He likes to crack dad jokes and things like that. We have a good time. So you guys can also watch us on Saturday
and also support their show there.
Yes,
stuff as well.
And
yes, it's awesome. It's super fun.
Oh, it's such a good show.
Yeah.
We have a good time.
Yeah, banner on the screen right here for Rebecca's Cash App. It's Becca's Voice. And support her. And so make sure you subscribe because she can do live streams when she hits that 1,000 subscriber mark. There's 1,200 people watching. 1,200 people watching. Can we not get her to 1,000 like really quick? I mean,
do it right now. Go subscribe.
Right
Go
now,
subscribe.
I'm gonna watch the number
Monetize.
and we're just gonna play like we're gonna play cringe conservative rap until you subscribe, and it's not gonna go off until you fucking subscribe, people.
Mm-hmm.
Put on
Yeah.
that MAGA Trumper guy.
Yeah, Adrian,
Oh,
thank you. No, I changed it. You're right. It's not your fault, Adrian. It's me. I had changed it. So I was trying to figure it out. Listen, I'm not a YouTube girl. I've always used Ben's platform and Ben has like, a lot of followers and stuff. I've used his platform to do that, but now I'm gonna also start doing, because I'm so used to wherever I'm working, they do everything for me. And the last place I worked at, I had deleted because they took the rights to all my stuff. I deleted, and that was before. So now, I'm gonna be doing my own thing on my page. So make sure you follow. It's gonna come within the coming months. So make sure you follow over there. It's gonna be good. I'm focusing on positive Black stories, whatever that looks like. It could be in politics, it could be in entertainment, it could be whatever. Positive Black stories, and those will be in the coming months. So in the beginning of fall, where depression starts to lie and creep up on us, we're gonna have some positive stories on my page. So I want to keep it light and I want to keep it cute because I've been cussing people out for the past like 8 years, and then I've been able to actually add a little fun to lighten up some of the serious stories that we have. But I want to focus solely on just positive short stories, positive stories that are overlooked, and just focus on that. Nothing too crazy, but be on the lookout for that at the beginning of fall.
yeah.
That's
So,
awesome. I love that you're focusing on positive stuff because that is, and especially at like around fall, like you're speaking to my seasonal depression here.
We get
that's actually very
crazy.
important.
We get sad. It gets so sad. And I love the fall, but that seasonal depression can creep up on you out of nowhere. You got to have a routine, because I know I get seasonal depression. So I start to make sure that I have a routine. I get some sun if there's any out. I make sure that like I make myself look good because I will literally be in sweats and a t-shirt all day. And those are the way that's how, like, you do things. So I want to add to the positivity for the fall this year. So
I like that a lot. It reminds me of, like, I don't know where I heard this, but somebody had told me, or I read somewhere, that it's really important that every morning you get up, you make your bed to help alleviate depression, because it makes you feel like if you don't accomplish anything, you at least did something. If you don't want to wake up, you at least accomplished that one small little thing. It doesn't take a lot of time, but it just makes you feel like better.
Yeah.
And I started to like do that and stick to it, and it does help a little bit. It's just one of those things where it's like, it's a small little thing, but it makes a difference. I'm refreshing.
Does.
We're almost at let's see, are we at 600 yet for Rebecca? 565 people. All right, I'm pulling up the targeting your kids song.
Honestly, I'm impressed. It's jumped pretty quickly. It's hard to get people to sub
now
this thing.
I can monetize.
That's
now
good.
we just got to get me to be able to live stream next Thursday. We just got to get me to be able to live stream next Thursday so we can start. Because you guys are talking about merch. I'm like, listen. If I can just get some merchandise and do what I need to do, listen, we all gonna be in some cute little t-shirts,
That'd be amazing.
Yeah. So.
This could be us, but this is a different news show.
Yeah, some more news.
Yeah,
Look at that.
I like it.
What's the MAGA rapper's name? 4G Auto Blow. That's right. I'm pulling it up now. We're gonna listen until you all subscribe to Rebecca.
Oh my God!
We're gonna get dinged, buddy. Don't play shit.
I tested it. I tested it on my channel.
You're not going. People are going to simply leave the stream. You realize that, right? They're not forced to stay here.
Okay,
yes, they are.
We need people to be here when we're reading super chats. They're going to leave the stream. People are going to go. We're going to see the number drop to 0. We're not playing no mega shit.
Okay, hang on. Let me before you click, I shared the link. Hang on, this is going to be enticing to you.
I'm not clicking that. I'm not enabling this.
It's called.
I am not playing that.
You're going to want to hear this.
I am not playing that.
You put your foot down so hard.
I am not playing that.
It's called MTG.
Denise has become a YouTube member. Thank you, Denise. Prairie Fire. This is not for me. It's for either Binder or Mike.
I have to log
I will read it since Mike is not set up yet. Evolved form of a goth girlfriend is a witch wife. That's interesting. I haven't thought about that.
Wait. Okay.
That makes sense. That makes total sense. Next one here. Hideous Lemon This is either for Bender or you. It says leftist timekeeping strikes again.
That's okay. That is from me. Yes.
We were like 3 minutes late. Get out of here, people.
We were actually like 7 or 8.
Okay, so no, listen
we
to
always
me.
are.
I done told you I get off, right? And so I'm rushing to try to make myself look like something to get on here. One thing I don't like to do is just look a little just disheveled. I don't want to look like the day. So I have to come here and look like something because like I said, I work a 9 to 5. So it's tough to balance even on my own show. So they already know Rebecca gonna be creeping in a little, a little at a certain time. But I'm gonna be here. That's the important part, right? I'm making this time up right now, but I am leaving you guys so I can shower and sleep because I've been working.
No,
but
don't feel like you got to stay with this.
Yeah.
We're gonna rush through these. Bender ain't here. We're gonna get through these in like a half an hour. It's gonna be great.
You guys are gonna have to listen for my page. So I love it. Thank you so much, and thank you guys for really supporting me. The everyone who is in the comments, everybody who watches, I really appreciate that. You guys love on me. If you've seen me on my platform, you guys have came over here, and if you haven't even seen me, you guys have shown a lot of love. So I really appreciate that. So
yeah, it's great. Everyone is very happy.
Everybody loves you. Yeah, you're amazing.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate
Wanda
that.
MV says you get Matt's money tonight.
Thank you, Wanda.
That is for you. I get hers later as well.
Okay. I love Wanda.
Narrator says to David Dole, but this is not to me. This is one of these jokes. It's
This
either
is
to
to
you
Matt, I
or
bet.
it's to
It's
Bender.
not
It's
to
probably
me.
to Bender. God damn, Bender getting money, not even being here, not even putting the work in.
All right, y'all. I'm out of here. See,
right.
I love y'all. And like I say on my show, I love you. Mean it. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, guys.
You take care.
Bye.
Everybody go subscribe.
Too close. There you go.
Yeah, that was very close. Yeah.
Blex actually says, this is for me. I did
yes.
happen to join to your chat tonight, so you get my super chat instead of Bender. Hell yeah. Utterly
Nice.
unrelated. Do any of you read or watch One Piece? I tried to. Wait, did I try to watch it? I think I thought about trying to watch it, but then I learned it's like it began in like the early 2000s and it's still going on, and there's like 1,000 episodes, and there's no way I'm going to be able to catch up. So, is it a show I could just like jump in now and start watching?
No, I tried.
Maybe you tried. You don't know what's going on.
I got 10 minutes in, and then I'm like, I can't. I mean, it's not. I don't know if the show is good or not, but it's just like it was really daunting to see all of the episodes. Like we're talking about 1,000 episodes, so I'm just like, I don't want to do this. Like this is just I started and I stopped.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel like there's like a lot of animes that are much smaller that I will watch.
Yeah,
I did watch Evangelion. I forget the full name of it now.
How'd you like that?
It was good. I enjoyed it. It definitely gives off like late 90s vibes, which I like. Like I like my 90s to feel old, my anime to feel old. So it gave off that vibe. But
you know what?
I saw Akira for the first time. That's a really good movie.
Did you really? I still haven't seen that.
Yeah,
I gotta watch
Akira. It's really, really good. Oh yeah.
Oh okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll have to check that out. I wanted to recommend Erased.
Erased.
Okay.
Let me look that up.
It's like a 12 episode series, and it's probably my favorite anime. It's so good.
Okay.
I mean, I haven't seen a ton, but it's so good. It's a really like gut wrenching story, and yeah, highly recommend that to everyone.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll have to watch Akira.
The first anime I ever watched, and anyone that has watched this will be like, "Oh my god!" Right now, I'm forgetting the name of it. It's Grave of the Fireflies. Ever watch that?
Never seen it. No.
It's like it's about the war, and it's like super depressing. It's like it's like one of the most depressing animes. So but it was really good. I was like, it was riveting. But yeah, it's a weird place to start with anime. Foresto Mintero, is this for you?
No,
if not, it's for Bender. I'll read it. Says it's Game of Leftist Thrones, and Matt went to the Red Wedding. There we go.
True.
Maybe he's never coming back. Kowalski Prairie Fire says, I got thick Polish hair. It is powerful and blonde.
Powerful and blonde? Hell yeah.
I can see that.
Very nice.
Kowalski having powerful blonde hair.
This one is
for you?
for me. Yeah. Rebecca, all right. I done let it slide too many weeks in a row, so I'm here to stop the lies and set the record straight. To be continued. Patrice, I wonder what that is in relation to.
Ominous.
Yeah.
Ooh. I don't know. Is this for you?
Yes. Hideous Lemon with the 10 pounds. Thank you. In the middle of playing F123 right now, and just as I was crossing the finish line after like an hour and a half to win my race, my game crashes. Good times. Oof. That's awful.
That sucks.
Yeah. Not
Especially
fun.
I guess there's no autosave.
Yeah. That's from me, Mike Thompson. Thank you so much. It is a super sticker.
I got that too.
Oh,
Maybe
of
got
a
it at the same
lemon
time.
high-fiving a bird?
I got one. So this is mine's at 844. When's this one? This is
You need to do the NPC sounds.
So yeah,
each
so
of the
this
stickers
one
that
is
you get.
yours. Mine is a hippo doing this.
Oh.
Something like that. I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know what's going on.
What's the NPC sound for the high five?
I don't know what the list is.
Yeah,
I just know. I only
There's a
know
list
ice
for this?
cream and yes. Yeah, there was a list.
Okay, this one. Okay, here's the update from Patrice. $4.99. Thank you, Patrice. Rebecca, actually, the Jackson State University is the best HBCU. Period. Boo. Love you though. Bring Leftist Mafia to the classic. They would have a blast. Okay. So there's a little bit of a rivalry going on there.
Interesting. This is the super sticker for me. Thank you, Mike Thompson for the $5.
This one is from me, Billy Shee Taylor. Brazilian hair products are godlike. Yeah, I haven't considered that actually.
Brazilian
Do you have any
hair products?
Do you have any tips to read, Lance, or anything you wanna? Any subs?
I got a bunch. I got a bunch of super chats. How do I connect them?
Oh,
Or like
You got super chats?
Yeah. So I randomly streamed on YouTube today.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, you should stream it through here. You have to do it before the stream, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why I can't see them. Okay, yeah. 'Cause
Oh,
if you're
okay.
connected here, I'd be able to see. Yeah.
We could still read them though.
You can still read them if you want. Yeah.
Okay. Do you want me to do like one or two and then go back to you guys?
Sure.
Venetia David, thank you so much for the 3 pounds and the dancing pair. I have no idea what the NPC thing is for that, but yes. So good. Jake Dyer with the $5. Throughout the whole Left Mafia episode podcast, I want to see you guys speak Shakespearean.
Oh God.
Never. That art never do that or whatever the fuck.
I would Minecraft myself after 5 minutes.
Billy Shee Taylor, thank you for the $5 with a message. Is no one going to address the letter hack out there capturing the souls of the online left one drawing at a time?
Oh, maybe that's his
both of you
plan
had
this
your souls
entire
captured?
time. Yes, my soul has been captured.
Oh man, mine is still mine. Maybe I should keep it.
I'm sure that yours will be kept. I'll say if anybody's going to capture my soul, I'm glad it's the letter hack.
Yeah.
True.
All of our souls look very kind, so I'm okay with that.
Yes. This is for me from Prairie Fire. Yeah, Kowalski. I'm just gonna say Kowalski because Prairie Fire. Okay, never mind. I can't pronounce it. But anyway, respectfully, you all look redacted. Canceled. Thank you, Kowalski.
Very funny. Wanda MV, thank you for your $2 super chat. Says more of Matt's money for David. Thank you, Wanda. I want to see more people say that. really stick it to Matt.
That was a good play.
Yeah,
that was a great play. Yeah.
Absolutely. This is Binder.
Matt Claremont says, did Binder manage to monetize his vacation? We're lucky he uses his grifting powers for good. He did. Clearly, he did manage to monetize his vacation.
It's true.
I'll be curious to know how many super chats he gets tonight.
It'll probably be the same as always.
He'll rub it in our faces. It'll be funny. Derek Thompson with, or excuse me, I was looking at somebody else's name. Derek Espinoza with $4.99. Mike, here's your NPC TikTok script. What's the fire and the world? I don't know those ones though.
You got 2 ice creams, so good though.
Okay. Ice cream's so good. Fire. World. Oh, I see. Mama, globe. That's what it. Oh God, I didn't get my own fucking meme.
Bonus hole.
Globe. Bonus hole. Gang.
Bonus hole. Jesus.
That was good, Derek.
That was good. Narrator, $5 super chat. Thank you. Says, quote, render unto Caesar that which is Caesar's. Render unto yourself that which is the people's. Kenneth Copeland version. Cat67, member for 3 months, says Trump arrested again. Laughing face, laughing face, laughing face. 100%.
Not me.
Bender, Foresto Mintero says, I worked for a religious nonprofit hospital and they were crazy. They were literally asking their employees for donations and did Medicare
Oh my
fraud.
God.
Jesus.
That's fucked.
Oop,
Lance?
Oh yeah, sorry, Lance, go
me
ahead. Yep.
Okay, sure. Marcus the Woo, thank you for the very generous $20. Twitch Prime and money go to support party. Thank you so much. Spin Me the Sailcloth, thank you for the $2. Yeah, you're streaming on YouTube. Can I give you money? You did, and I thank you for it. Meow Nyan, thank you for the $2.79. Are you guys K-drama? And I believe that's Korean drama fans. It's very addictive.
Oh no, I haven't seen any. I do like Korean pop, I will say. I haven't been following it as closely, but
I'm not into it. I've not seen it.
This one is for me. Oh my God, narrator, $50. Holy crap, that is a very generous super chat. Thank you so much. God damn. If Bender were here, I know that would go to him, so thank you. Yes. What will Biden run on? Protecting democracy after not participating in a Democratic primary, environmental policy after leasing oil at a faster rate than Trump, protecting workers after not fighting for minimum wage and screwing over road laborers. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the question of the century. Right now, he has launched his campaign like a couple of months ago, and we don't really see a lot, right?
During the primaries, you usually let the other people like smash heads for a little while as well, right? Like you don't have a lot to gain when they're like, right now it's DeSantis versus Trump, so let them fight.
Right,
would be the big thing. Yeah,
yeah. I would imagine that if he's gonna run, it's gonna be on the same stuff that we've been seeing. The child tax credit when it happened, and then he could blame Republicans for that, which I think would be smart. On top of that, he'll talk about the IRA, Inflation Reduction Act, the infrastructure bill. Like there are things that he is going to play up. He'll play up, inflation going down and stuff like that. Maybe COVID. I mean, I think honestly, it'll play well with normies, but for us normal folks who kind of knows that he is doing so much more drilling even than Donald Trump, it's gonna eat away at us. But he will find something. He has a lot of people smarter than him in his circle who are going to find some way to finesse it.
They're also going to focus a lot on Trump, right? I mean, that's
absolutely.
I think most people that are going to, I mean, I can't say I don't know most, but like, just like in 2020, I think a lot of people voted simply against Trump, and that's going to, I think, be the same thing this time, assuming he is the one that's going to be on the ticket if, unless something changes last minute. But we'll see.
Yeah, agree.
Carl Bossler, $10 super chat. Thank you, very generous. You get a sound bite too.
That makes rational national sense.
There you go. This is awesome show. I've been watching since episode 1, wanting to get Lance and David's thoughts on Meta and Google banning Canadian news. Hopefully, I did this soon enough before they both bow out for the night. Yeah, this is something that I need to. So I'm beginning to see this slowly get implemented. I'm having a hard time understanding, like, what are they? Can you not access the page? Is it just in the news feed? Because I never really got much. I don't subscribe to really any news on Facebook. I don't really use Facebook for news, so I don't even like. In terms of how it's impacting me, I'm not even sure if it is, to be honest.
Well, it's one of those things where, I mean, I'm in the same boat. I don't get any of my news from Facebook, but apparently they have to give like a certain percentage, all of these like companies, of money to people they'd be using as sources. So if they're printing, say, the Guardian or the T or or some other form, they'd have to actually give them a cut of that, and they didn't want to do that. The tech companies didn't, so they were just like, we're just not going to feature the news feeds on our networks. That's it.
Yeah, and the Canadian government's taken the same route that I guess the Australian government did, and they ended up making some sort of deal that they worked out a deal where that's all resolved. So I think the government's hoping that's going to happen here, but these tech giants are apparently saying that's not going to happen here. So they're really putting their foot down this time. I don't know. I'm not sure.
I didn't know that.
This is something where I want to see how
no
it all
idea.
plays out in a few months and really know for sure like what the impact is.
I do know that the right is very angry about it, but like I don't know if this is one of those things where like we're aligning for different reasons, like the same way they hate BlackRock or Disney or stuff like that, right? Like I don't know if it's that's why. Yeah,
like I definitely think it's it's probably not good at the same time if there is, I don't know, less right-wing trash on Facebook being spread. Is that really terrible? I don't,
one of the problems is that
banning
Daily
everybody.
Wire is still going to be there though. Like Ben Shapiro, Daily Wire.
Yeah, but they
they'll
don't
still
cover
be on
Canadian shit,
Facebook.
right? Like, so in
Yeah,
terms of
that's
like
true.
Canadian elections, like, so unless they pick
Rebel
up the tab
News,
on Canadian
that's about it.
news, yeah. So I don't know. I think less people getting their news from Facebook it's not the worst thing in the world, but I'm not saying this is a good thing either. All right, where was I? I lost my place. There we go. This is for me, narrator, $50 super chat. Oh my god,
making it rain on everyone.
When you have rational national priorities.
There you go. Thank you so much, narrator. Very generous. Says Biden could run on abortion, but he has done the least to fight for the right to choose. He could run on LGBTQ rights, but he hasn't protected right to marry. Biden's success is the neoliberal agenda of protecting capitalism from itself. Hard sell. I mean, the sell for him is that I'm not Trump, and obviously we wish it was better, but that's kind of what he is. I mean, that's that we know.
It's the
who Biden
biggest
is.
draw for him, unfortunately, but it's true.
At the same time, I saw a recent clip from I think it was a Crystal and Kyle show that they had on the Vanguard, and Kyle brought up like a lot of achievements from Biden that I just forgot. So so
that's true.
Like Kyle's almost making. Kyle actually made the argument where I'm not sure if he said this directly, so don't quote me, but something to the effect of I kind of regret not voting for Biden in 2020. But it sounds like he's definitely, again, assuming Marianne Williamson is who he supports now, but assuming she doesn't win the primary, it sounds like he will vote for Biden, or at least he's going to encourage people to vote for Biden because look, he understands this is how the system works. It's first past the post. There's two people. Cornel West is going to win, so it's just like your voting is a tool, right? It's not like all your hopes and dreams and desires. It's one of the ways you interact with democracy, and when you're in a situation where you're voting against fascism, I don't think it's a hard choice, but that's my opinion.
I mean, okay, shit lib, I'll be supporting RFK Jr., writing him in the general, so.
Oh yeah, let's go RFK. Oh my god, no, I'm joking.
By the way, speaking of the Vanguard, Zach's impression of RFK, like I don't know if I should be laughing at it, but holy shit, it's fucking spot
I don't know what to do with that. I haven't covered him, and honestly, part of the reason, and look, I think he has a condition, right? So I don't want to get too whatever.
That's why I'm afraid to laugh at it, but it's so good.
But I have a hard time listening to any clip he's in. Like it just sounds painful. It sounds like he's in pain, and he's apparently not, but it sounds like that. So I have a hard time listening to anything he's in, and that's apart from all the bullshit he's saying. So it's just like like double. If he was saying anything good, then I wouldn't mind. Obviously, like it wouldn't matter. But because he's like a terrible person, it's just why do I even need to listen to any of this garbage? It just waste my time.
Yeah, I highly recommend everybody go watch an RFK Jr. clip from the Vanguard. Zach's gonna do the impression probably. I mean, uncanny. That's all I'll say. It's fucking insane, hysterical.
I feel like I could probably do it, but I don't want it.
I know that's the thing. It's like I'm laughing, but I'm like, should I be laughing at this? So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna laugh. You know what? I'm gonna laugh at this.
This is for
this one's for me. From Dr. Cruiser, $10. Thank you so much, Dr. Cruiser. The leftist mafia has controlled one of the most important groups of people known as the orcas. The mafia paid the orca yakuza 30 million fishes a year to eat the rudders of rich boats. Hey, you're not supposed to know this information. This was supposed to be classified. We weren't supposed to let this get out. So I don't know which one of us leaked it, but
the orca yakuza. Those are two words I never thought I'd ever see together. The orca yakuza.
I love the memes that came out of the orca stuff. I think we played the or showed the J.K. Rowling one, right, on here where it's like
yes.
Okay, yeah. That was very
that's
good.
Funny.
Very good.
This for me? It is. Derek Espinoza says, "Hey David, just did pre-orders for Super Mario RPG, Super Mario Wonder, and Star Ocean Second Story R. Are you and Mike familiar with any of those titles and considering picking those up? Love the show. Every single one. I'm going to definitely pick up every single one. I will definitely play through every single one. Star Ocean Second Story. I never played through the original, so I'm very interested in playing through that. And
You never
actually,
played through Super Mario RPG.
That either no, but I was talking about Star Ocean, but Super Mario RPG, I've played like the first couple hours. I never played through it. I wasn't into RPGs as a kid, so it just like, even though actually out of all the RPGs I played, I enjoyed that one. It just never stuck with me, but I'll definitely play through all of them now since I am now into RPGs. But and Mario Wonder looks really good as well.
Yeah, and Pikmin 1 and 2, the physical version. So yeah, I second that. I'm not sure if I'll pick up Star Ocean right away, but I will get it just because I didn't play the first one. I also never played Super Mario RPG. I think I said this before. I don't know if it came up, but my mom rented it for me, and I didn't really know what to do because I was really young, so we took it back because it was Mario, so I was thinking platformer.
It is a different kind of
yeah.
All I hear
it's
are great
really
things
good
about it. Yeah,
it's really good.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I've replayed it a lot.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited to play through that. And you mentioned Pikmin. I actually just picked up Pikmin 4 yesterday. I was holding off. I'm like, do I want this? I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna grab this. And I'm really enjoying it. Like I enjoyed the first one a lot. I don't think I played 2. I know I didn't play 3. But I don't know. I'm really enjoying 4. So I'm definitely
I was watching a video from Beat 'em Ups today, and he did a Pikmin review, and I thought, it's making it look really fun. Maybe after I'm done with Final Fantasy. Like, I don't like to get too many at once, but if I finish, Final Fantasy, then I'll...
How far are you into Final Fantasy?
I am to the second hideaway. I'm like 17 hours in.
Okay.
Really enjoying it. I have like 3 powers now. I got Sid's power.
How many hours are you supposed to put in to like actually do completion?
I heard it's like 40 to 50. So I've still got a ways.
An RPG, that's not bad.
Yeah. I mean, I just put 130 hours into Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, so I'm ready to fall in love again. And Final Fantasy might do it. I don't know.
I gotta say though, I'm not gonna say anything specific, but Final Fantasy for me was up and down. Like the first 20 hours I really enjoyed, and then there was like 10 hours there where I'm like, am I gonna stop playing this game? Like
really?
I can't think of, honestly, I have a hard time thinking of a game where it was so up and down, like where I was like loving it and then really despising it. I've never experienced something so crazy like that, but I ended up liking it again when I stuck with it. And I'm glad I beat it. But it's definitely it's definitely worth playing through. But for some reason, it was just like in the middle. I'm like, what the fuck? It's just it just wasn't as fun. But
well, this is my first Final Fantasy, so they can't let me down. Otherwise, they're fucking up.
Back.
Yeah.
Wait, this is your first one ever? Actually,
first ever. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I didn't really get into RPGs until I want to say 5 years ago or so.
I'm the same way. Yeah. When I was a kid, I just wasn't into them, and then I played Persona 5 was really like the first real where I stuck with it, and that's 105 hours for me. So I was like, that took me like, I don't know, 10 months to beat. But great game. And then I'm kind of like, now I'm like just playing them all.
Yeah.
Celeste, $4.99 super chat says, what's your guys' opinion on nasty Ariana Grande situation and nasty Lizzo? Okay. So Lizzo we talked about. Is there a new situation with Ariana Grande?
There is something where she's like, I don't know. I've just seen headlines. She's like apparently dating some guy who's married, but they're like separated, and it's.
I thought Ariana Grande did she get married recently?
SpongeBob? She's dating SpongeBob? What?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The voice of SpongeBob. Yeah. I heard something about this. I don't have all the details.
Wait, what is what? Who's the voice of SpongeBob?
Funny.
It's a guy who
Ethan Slater.
Oh, I'm seeing a headline saying she's not dating SpongeBob, but that's from July 24th.
Okay. Mine's July 31st. Everything we know about Ariana Grande and her new boyfriend SpongeBob.
Why did I think she was married? Didn't she get married?
She may have been married though, because
I thought she was married recently.
I thought that she got married to like another famous person too.
Did it already end? Oh, she was. Yeah, I think it ended because I looked it up and it says
too many things.
It says 2021 to 2023, so I guess that marriage ended. I don't fucking
Oh
know.
wow, that's actually long for celebrity years.
Okay, I don't know. Why did you get married as a celebrity anyways? Like, it seems like it never works out except for like I think it's like two couples that have like lasted like decades.
Tim Robbins and Susan Sarandon.
Yeah, that's one.
Oh wait, they're
who's
married.
The other one.
Yeah,
What
they've been
the
happily
fuck?
married for a long time.
I
Yeah.
did not know this. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Huh.
I think it's pretty cool too because Susan Sarandon, I think, still follows me, and I was like,
Nice.
Shawshank Redemption is like my favorite film of all time, and,
No, it's so
and
good.
Tim Robbins stars in that.
Does he follow you?
I don't think so. I'm not. Is he even on Twitter? I'm not sure I follow him, to be honest with you.
Hmm. Oh yeah.
I'll check later. Where am I? Snack Panther. For me as well. Snack Panther, $20 super chat. Thank you, sir. Says Thursday night is always all right when the Leftist Mafia is in clear sight. Y'all. Love y'all.
Nice.
Thank you, Snack Panther.
Nice.
Fantastic rhyme.
I love that Lance is going to be linking your channel too, so you can get
Yes,
super
actually,
chats.
sorry, Lance. You go.
What? Oh, sorry. I closed it. K-drama. Okay, spin me a sailcloth with the $10. Thank you. Robert Owen, Welsh textile manufacturer, philanthropist, social reformer, and founder of utopian socialism and the cooperative movement. 8-hour labor, 8-hour recreation, 8 hours rest. Admiral Stewie, thank you for the $10. Petition to rename Kylie Jenner Bratz the Rachel Dolezals.
Rachel
Dolezals.
Dolezals.
Dolezals. Rachel Dolezals. There we go.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. Wanda MV, thank you for the $1.99 with thank you for starting the Leftist Mafia. It was not me who started the Leftist Mafia. It was God.
Yeah, it was you.
and thus you are God.
And thus you are God.
Sorry means both hello and goodbye in Canada. David, did you know that? I did not.
It depends on the pronunciation. It's like sorry is like hello, and sorry is goodbye.
Okay. Okay.
Wait,
Okay.
is it because you guys apologize so much?
Yes,
Yeah,
I think that's
maybe.
what the joke is.
Okay, I was like, I'm getting the joke, right?
Yeah.
You guys can go. I've just got 3 left.
Okay. This one is for me.
you?
It's a super sticker of somebody with a heart emoji, and they're going like this, and then hearts fly out.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes.
I love it. Thank you so much. Yes. Globe, mama, globe. By the way, Rebecca Azor is only at 647 subscribers. We have more. We have 1,000 people watching. So let's go to 1,000 tonight. Imagine her logging back
Agreed.
on and seeing that she has 1,000.
That'd be really cool.
Just Rebecca
Yes.
and Azor is AZOR. Or sorry, Z for you Americans. AZOR.
Nice.
Okay, so this one is from me from Narrator. Again, Narrator, thank you so much. PBB, my most conservative opinion is kids shows went bad in the 2000s when they started portraying kids as smarter than adults, i.e. Sweet Life versus Boy Meets World. You know what? Maybe there's something to that because even though everybody
that's
likes
interesting.
Boy Meets World, I wasn't a fan of it growing up. That was like my least favorite of the TGIF. Never really liked it. Didn't like Corey as the main character. I thought he was annoying. Didn't like Sean or Topanga. I thought she was pretentious. And now apparently he is running for Congress as a pro cop.
Oh yeah, that's right. I think they're arguing here that I didn't watch Boy Meets World, but I'm guessing the adults were smarter than the main character, the boy.
Oh, maybe.
Mm.
So yeah, so he's arguing that I guess now the kids are smarter. Yeah, because I've seen some dumbass adults in some of these new kids shows, like Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. Like the adults are stupid and the kids are smart. Like it's weird. But I do, yeah. You know what? I agree with that opinion of yours. I don't think it's conservative.
Oh, this one's for me, Rebecca or Laura. Thank you so much. This one is for me from Kowalski, $1.99. Thank you, Kowalski. We need a Power Ranger / Final Destination crossover. Damn, that's dark.
Okay.
I think it's already happened. So,
Right.
You know, there's nothing left to do there.
Oh my god.
I mean, there may be something to this.
Kowalski's humor is dark, but you can't help but laugh.
Yeah,
man.
He has like the Matt Bender humor, which
Yeah, definitely. Which I mean, I got some of that humor too. You don't always display it, but
same.
Billy She Taylor with $5 super chat. Thank you. Says they could say least give the Kens a place to sleep, like an old boathouse or something. So I guess this is a Barbie reference about the Kens. I'm not sure about where he sleeps, but like an old boathouse or something. Joshua Sean with $100, or sorry, not dollar. Is that yen?
I think it's rupees.
Apologies for not getting the symbol. But Joshua Sean says, how you motivate yourself knowing you get most money when you shame other lefties. Analytics show that. Don't you have self-doubt on value you provide? How you motivate yourself knowing you get most money when you shame other lefties. Is this a serious comment or a joke? Who are we shaming? Don't you have self-doubt on?
I believe it's rupees because me and Matt had to look this up a couple of weeks
yeah,
ago.
We did this last time.
Oh, cool.
I think it was the same person.
I think, anyways. Yeah. Part of it is, that's true. When you cause drama, you get a lot of shit, but you also you get a lot of just personal bullshit, and it eats away at you. So you kind of have a demotivational factor as well.
It's also sad.
Exactly. Yeah, it's sad.
Yeah.
So you have a disincentive. And if you're a good person, right? You have a disincentive, but sometimes you feel compelled and you have to do it because you feel you need to. This is for me from Ziggy Lynch with $1.99. Thank you, Ziggy. Nice Some More News tea. Cody Shody is so good. This is probably like my favorite show on YouTube. Just amazing. I mean, obviously, if you haven't checked out Some More News, they do deep dive news shows. Really, really good. My favorite is A Brief Look at Jordan Peterson, where he breaks down Jordan Peterson, and the video is 3 hours long, but it's titled A Brief Look at Jordan Peterson. So good. I love it.
Pitchfork Dragon, $5 super chat says, small correction. The actor that played Pee Wee Herman did in fact take a plea deal charged and convicted for having, I don't want to say this on YouTube, but child, yes, that 7 years ago. Is this true? I don't know about this.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
All right.
If that's true, then that's bad.
If that's true, then why was there so much like outpouring of love for him when he died? I feel like there's maybe the plea deal is maybe he took it because it was one of those things where like you go to jail or you take this, like I don't know.
Check out his Wikipedia.
I believe this one is for me. Taka Oraku with $2. See the new animated TMNT movie, A+ animation story. I will be seeing it as soon as it's available to stream. It looks really, really good. I'm not going to see it in theaters.
Yeah, it looks really good
in theaters. It looks great.
For me, Jay Cass, $5 super chat. Thank you, Jay. Says, I was watching Shrek 2 the other day, and then it hit me. Shrek Prince Charming is animated David Dole.
Oh, I don't remember.
Wait, Shrek Prince Charming.
I mean, it's definitely a character known for being handsome. It's a compliment.
I don't have blonde hair, but thank you. I don't think I look like this person at all, but I do.
Oh
appreciate
yeah,
the compliment.
I'm not getting David Dole from that.
Maybe if I dye my hair blonde. Nope. My chin is not that chiseled, but I appreciate it, Jay. Thank you so much.
It's not if he was caught with child pornography. It's not in his Wikipedia. It does talk about his arrest, and he was arrested for masturbating in an adult theater, and that's like the story that everyone kind of like knows.
Maybe it's a different person you're thinking of, Chatter, like that also did a child show. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, this one's for me. And other oddities, $4.99. Y'all, I'm 54. So many of these rumors have been recycled. Like Cher had ribs removed. Cher too.
I didn't hear about that one.
Oh wow.
I didn't know that.
Why would she have a woman have her ribs removed? I mean, that you need a couple ribs removed for that. I'd be a little bit more difficult.
I think there's a lot you need to remove for something to go on there.
Yeah, for sure. You need to basically, be able to take off your head. But There were tons of homophobic rumors back in the day. Yeah, I believe it. I believe it. Yeah, there was like a lot of gay panic and stuff. I didn't see it as
Some of them
much,
turned out to
but in
be
the
true.
90s there were. True.
Like Lance Bass, I think, was one for a long time in that.
Oh, right. Yeah, it was really obvious that he was gay.
Same with that's Spanish singer, Spanish American
Ricky
singer.
Martin.
Yeah, Ricky Martin, him too.
He's gay.
Yeah.
And there were rumors for so long, like, no, he's not. Like, no, now he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's open.
But I'm sure there were a lot more rumors that were not true.
Yeah, I didn't know that he was gay, but I thought his music was gay, so it's still like I get that one as I guessed it, you know? Because the music is fucking gay.
So
I mean,
got it.
come on.
Well, he wasn't out until like, it was like 5 years ago, 10 years ago, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Narrator with a $10 super chat. Thank you, narrator. Says the false belief that most people thought the earth was flat before Christopher Columbus is a big one for me. Like they taught that in school based on some fictional book from the early 1900s. The false belief that most people thought the earth was... Oh, wait. Are you saying that... I'm confused. The false belief that most people thought the earth was flat.
Yeah, they used to
Christopher
teach
Columbus.
basically that in schools until Christopher
Oh,
Columbus.
okay.
So yeah, that was like another big on the subject of rumors. Like that was a really huge rumor.
Oh my god, I don't know this. Yeah, interesting.
So, sorry to keep bringing it back to this, but I just got sent another link and it's in Snopes. And don't tell Matt Binder this because it might really ruin his day. But that's actually true. Paul Rubens apparently did. Yeah, he got based on newspaper archives and other records. The underlying assertion was factual, but it deserves extra context. It is true that in 2002, not 2001, Rubens was arrested and charged with 1 misdemeanor count possessing an obscene material and properly depicting a child engaged in sexual conduct, 17, which was under California laws defined as child pornography. However, he was not convicted of that crime. Roughly 2 years after the charge, in 2004, prosecutors agreed to drop the charge in exchange for Rubens' guilty plea to a less severe misdemeanor obscenity charge.
Oh,
I did not know that.
Yeah, Rebecca and I guess we're not completely wrong to think what we thought.
I didn't pay a lot of attention to like when he died and what things were that were being said, but I feel like I would have seen more of that if that.
Right.
It's weird that wasn't talked about more. That's kind of bizarre.
Yeah.
All right. Jake has $5 super chat.
This one's for me.
It's for you. I just saw the name. Yes, it's for you.
It took me. I'm like, wait, is that long-time listener here? I always noticed you have a funny lisp saying Democrat when trying to say Democrat. Do I really like how David and Lance say a boot? I don't notice it. Has anybody else noticed that?
Are they joking? No,
Yeah.
I've never.
Because I feel like
I've never noticed you say Democrat. I've never noticed you say.
Yeah. I feel like if I said
Now I
Democrat, I would like not upload that video. You know, so
Out of anyone here, I mispronounce the most words. I think, like,
Really?
Yeah, when I was younger, I stuttered a lot, so I still have trouble sometimes, just like saying certain words. But yeah, I've never heard you say that, so I don't know.
Nah, I do it too.
Wait, other people are saying they noticed it. Are you serious? Are you all gaslighting me? Let's see. Love you, Mike, but I kind of noticed it too. Now I'm gonna be self-conscious when I say Democrat.
Democrat.
Democrat. I could do the whole Janine Pirro Demon Rat.
Demon Rat. Just be Demon Rat. It's easier.
I think that one's me too. Yeah. So this is from Logic 5 Zozo with $9.99. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Welcome, Rebecca. I'm loyal to Queen Ole, but chat loves you. So, well, I mean, look, we can be loyal to both because we also love Ole, but we can love Rebecca as well. And we do love Rebecca.
Yeah. Why can't you like both?
Yeah.
We can love everyone.
You don't have to choose.
Even Binder.
Yes, even Binder. Yes. You don't have to choose, folks.
No.
Open your hearts and embrace everyone.
Lance, you go. Finish yours off.
Oh, sure. Narrator, thank you so much for the incredibly generous $50. That's amazing. I'm gonna push a whole bunch of buttons. I'll obviously vote for the Democratic president. Oh, sorry. I'll obviously vote for the Democratic presidential candidate, but I will not be happy about it. And honestly, don't think Biden can beat Trump by waiting. A real primary is the best chance to rally the base and not turn off young voters.
I do think a primary would help. Sorry,
I
go
like
ahead.
Mike's funny accent.
I agree.
Y'all are fucking with me. What is my?
I mean, if I'm being honest, I've never noticed. I personally,
I've never noticed that. So
I've never heard you say Democrat. They're like
Democrats.
Democrat.
Ooh.
Those damn Democrats.
Yeah, so my parents both had really thick accents when I was younger, especially my dad. So I was always very cognizant of like enunciation. So I don't know what the fuck you all are talking about. I feel like maybe earlier, when I was first started out, I had more mispronunciations, but I don't know.
Matt
They're all trying to
Claremont
guess
with the $5. The Leftist Mafia wanted to find a way to make super chats take less time, but now and then ... Lance, please give this 5 to Rebecca. I will, but if you want to give Rebecca money, her
it's right below.
Was it Cash App? Yeah, her Cash App is in the chats. I think exclamation point Rebecca or exclamation point Azor brings it up. And then finally, Laddie Da Da with the $5. Binder money. Thank you so much. It's my first receiving of sweet, delicious Binder money, but having seen what it does to David Dole, I know now the joy that he experiences when you get that Binder dollar. It's amazing, and it's a thrill I want to have again. I can't stop now. And tell him to free the Twitch emotes when he comes back. Hashtag justice for Twitch. And I'm done.
There we go.
Okay, I feel a little bit better. Aquarius says they're just getting your goat. And they're confusing me with Mike Tyson. That would make more sense, okay? Because I would never. When I talk about the Democratic
share a
Party,
lot of similar property.
That is true. That is true. We're
You're
both very
bloodthirsty boxers.
Yeah,
very true.
Is this you?
This one's me. Nisa, welcome.
Is this
not me?
I did a narrator already, but so this must be Binder. Narrator, $10 for Binder, says hit pieces on R. Kelly and Michael Jackson came out around the same time as the Elvis movie. 2 of these 3 were definitely predators, and MJ isn't one of them. What does NTM mean again?
I don't know.
I don't know.
NTM Johnny Cash.
NTM.
Oh, not to mention Johnny Cash.
That's a whole can of worms, but I don't.
I mean,
agree.
that's for Binder, so we don't have to respond.
Yeah.
Come back and he can address all of this.
I used to be a Michael Jackson truther, so I can't address it at all. I don't want to go through recovery.
Okay, so this one's for me. DSG Goodbar with $2. Is it Kylie Jenner or Rachel Dolezal? Come on, brats. That's funny.
Mm-hmm. D Leopards, is that what that says? Wondrous Musings says, can we receive some love for the total drama series? Oh yeah, we played this, we showed this earlier. Me and Lance have no idea what this is. This is like some, it's like some cartoon. I had never seen it, but apparently it's Canadian. Is this for you, Mike?
Yes.
For Binder.
Marla,
Okay.
thank you so much, Marla. Welcome. This one is for me as well. A narrator with 5. Narrator is like fucking making it rain.
Baller.
I feel like narrator is a secret celebrity, and they have lots of money, and we don't know who they are. But they're
That's
very
gotta
generous.
be the case.
They're very generous, and they watch our show.
Who would do?
Who are
this?
you, narrator? Give us some clues.
I'm curious
Are you
too.
being serious?
I don't. Narrator has lots of money because every week the narrator is showering with
Oh wow.
gifts. So
I've been missing out on narrator. Thanks, narrator.
Yes.
Narrator
I mean,
is-
now you're going to be eating better now that you're linking the channel, Lance. I got the extra large pizza last week. No.
So this is where the money was at.
Yes. Narrator with $5. Rebecca, to get the hours played, can you upload the Leftist Mafia replays to your YouTube channel so we could just replay the live stream? That's a great idea, actually. Yeah. That's a really good idea. We'll let her know. Really good idea.
Good content.
Yeah.
The prof says, what cameras do y'all use? Editing software. I want to start making better lecture videos for my students. Anybody? So this camera here that I use, which is really good because I look at this autofocus. That's my finger.
That is good.
It's a Sony ZV-1. So look that up. It's a great little camera. The lens is built in, like it's a zoom lens, but it's built in, but it's really good. And the things, whatever it's called, the screen swivels around so you can see yourself. So I would recommend that. And editing software, I use Final Cut Pro. I use Max, so Final Cut Pro is for me. Adobe Premiere is usually what's used apart from Final Cut Pro. So that's what I would recommend.
I use the Adobe Suite for everything, like the whole Adobe Suite. Yeah.
What's your
How about you,
camera?
Mike?
I'm a Logitech Brio for streaming, but then I have a nicer camera if I'm filming like segments or sketches or stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm the same. I have a Logitech Brio for streaming. That's what you're seeing now. For my regular videos, I have a Canon C100. And for editing, I also use Final Cut Pro.
Yeah, actually, I also have a Canon C100 for my usual videos. But I would say if you're for lectures, like especially if you're a individual doing this, the C100, at least the original version, doesn't have autofocus. So I would go with an autofocus camera because it's just you don't have to worry about focusing yourself. So Sony ZV-1, or I mean, if you want to spend a lot of money, you can get the new Canon cinema cameras, but you probably don't need that for lectures. But there you go.
Yeah.
There's some options.
Yeah.
It's for you.
Oh yeah, 0PE, $4.99. Thank you, 0PE. Forget the MAGA music. Where's that playlist at, Mike? Oh yeah, you're right. For those of you who don't know, I've been meaning to upload like my outros on like the second channel or something. I just haven't gotten around to it. At some point, I will do it, and when I do, I will announce it. But thank you for the reminder. It kind of slipped my mind. So Ren, $2. I love the shirty. Thank you so much. Yeah. I don't remember the link, so I can't plug it. But I mean, if you go to their channel, you can find it.
I'm sure if you look them up, yeah.
Very good quality, by the way. I think that they go with the same distributor as you, David. Really, really good quality too. Yeah.
Yeah. Fourth Wall, they're really good.
Yeah. Great stuff. Oh, okay. This one's also for me. Oh, it jumped on my side. Narrator with $5. Thank you, Narrator. One Piece is the most leftist anime. Oda, the mangaka, has a poster of Che Guevara, really, at his desk. Here's what I'll say.
Interesting.
I'm not going to jump into the anime, but I will watch the movie that's coming out. I know they're doing a live action. It looks terrible, but I will watch it.
It's probably give you. I bet everyone that loves the show is like, no, don't start with that. Or maybe it'll be a good movie. I don't know, but I feel like
it's
these
not out yet.
Live actions of animes have there's not a good record, is there?
Have you seen Death Note?
Is there a live action of that?
Yeah,
on Netflix.
No, I have not. It's bad.
It's bad. They changed like the main character. They changed his name to Light Turner when his name in the anime is Light Yagame, and they made him a white dude instead. But that's like,
is it new or is it old?
It's from a couple of years ago, actually.
They got away with that shit.
Yeah, yeah,
and terrible.
They did good with the Shin Megami. I don't know if I'm saying that right. It's been a while since I've seen it, but the rest of the movie is just dog shit, complete dog shit.
I haven't
William
watched the
Dafoe
anime,
that's right. William Dafoe is the main Shin Megami. I can't remember the name of it. Yeah,
he has a good face for being,
he's great for that.
Kind
Yeah,
of evil. Yeah.
Oh, that's for me. Super Springer. It's a little sticker of an open box that says unboxing. Well, thank you. Is that an NPC thing? Open box. No.
Open box.
Box open.
Is this for you?
Mm-mm.
Then this is for Binder, but says hi to me. Interesting. Maybe I won't read your chat. Omega Shenron Dragon, $5 for Binder, says hi Dave. To help you with One Piece, do this. I watch totally not Mark's recaps of the arcs and watch the main fights and interesting episodes. Best way. So I hear you. I still think that sounds like a commitment. It's like too much. Like
that's true.
Like still, we're talking about thousands of episodes. I mean, I guess you could just recap. Yeah, if you recap the arcs over like years, but you don't really absorb it the same way, right? Like I don't know. I have a hard time. Even the idea of like playing Xenoblade Chronicles, like there's 3 of them out.
Yeah,
and I would like to play through them, but I don't I can't commit that much time to a single RPG series. Like, I don't know.
It's a big commitment.
It would take me like a couple of years, if not more, to get through 3 games like that. And I like playing a lot of different games, so I don't know. To commit to like a show that's 1,000 episodes, probably not gonna happen.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Tinkerbell. Thank you.
This one's for me.
I
got it
I got one from Tinkerbell too, but no, this one's for you. Go.
Oh, okay. Mama, globe, 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 globe. Thank you, Tinkerbell. I had to say mama to get the accent because I can't just say globe. Well, I guess I did there, but usually I have to, work up to it.
This for you?
Yeah, this is actually Timber Dan with $2. Do Canadians call vacation holidays like in the UK? Good question.
Sometimes.
Yes, Mike, please answer as a Canadian.
I believe they do. Right?
Do we call vacations holiday? No, I'm going on vacation. No, I don't call it a holiday. Holiday to me is like Christmas. Yeah, that's a holiday. No, but
okay, so you don't. Oh, I thought I knew my Canadian brothers better. I feel.
But I guess in the UK they definitely call those. I'm going on holiday. Yeah, they say
the UK they also don't they call fucking cookies biscuits? Like that's just stop. That like
I just assumed those were like those breakfast, but like crumpets. That's like a. But are all cookies biscuits?
Yeah, I don't know.
Cookies?
I've seen every single season of the British Bake Off, and I'm still not clear on some of these terms. And
I've watched a lot of Kitchen Nightmares from Gordon Ramsay, and I don't know.
Right, it's never clear. I'm pretty sure they're gaslighting us and switching it in the same way that they'll say America and then they'll say America. I'm like, wait, how do you say it though? America. Yeah.
I don't hear that. Who says that? That's crazy.
Or like if you I watched an Australian beat 'em ups gamer, and when he's talking about Zelda, sometimes he'll say Ocarina of Time instead of Ocarina
of Time. Oh,
yeah,
Ocarina. No, I would stop watching.
Yeah, it's really offensive to me, honestly.
Verna Rochelle with a $5 super chat says, "How are you guys feeling about Threads so far?" And David, are you going to follow me back on there ever? I will follow you. I got no problem following you. I'll follow you right now. But I still use it for sure. I don't think honestly, I'm not using social media generally as much as I used to. So it's not like I'm like avoiding Threads or not using Threads. I'm just not really using anything too much.
Yeah, same thing for me as well. I'm trying to get on Threads more, but I just haven't been very active on any of them. I got back on Twitter a couple days ago, and I liked a couple of tweets from David when he was talking to B-Berg. But that's
and
I retweeted a really cute video of an orangutan with little baby tigers. But I just I'm not big on social media right now. I'm taking a break.
Yeah, I very rarely get into like discourse now on Twitter, but I felt like I had to say something to Ben Burgess on the, and we had like, it was a kind exchange back and forth. We weren't like going at each other, but it's just, he's the kind of person where I feel like if you're nice to him, he'll listen to your arguments. So I'm nice to him and I make arguments, and we have.
Yeah, you said exactly what I wanted to say, which is why I had to, like, okay, this is a really good point to make. I'm glad you're bringing this up. It's important.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like he needs to hear some of this stuff, but whatever.
For sure.
Is this for you?
This is for Binder.
So Ren says Binder may not be here, but his wallet is with us in spirit.
That's so
very funny. Pinkerbell, $2 super chat. Thank you, Pinkerbell. Says showing support for Matt Binder. Thank you.
Pinkerbell, get back in here.
I love getting that Binder cash. It's fantastic.
Oh, you got that one.
Yeah, this one's.
Oh, I thought she actually sent it to Binder. Oh, that's funny. Okay.
No, this one's for me.
Nice. Okay, this one is for me from Ray Russell, $10. Thank you, Ray. You guys are bringing me back with the Martin and Living single mentions. I remember the other kids at school telling me I couldn't watch those shows because they were for Black people. LOL. Really? That's crazy. You see, all of my friends watched it. I grew up in a really diverse neighborhood in North Portland, so that wasn't like even a consideration for me. And yeah, I loved them. Martin was probably like my most watched show when I was like in second grade. Like it was my favorite. I was a big Martin.
Second grade.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if I watched like a sitcom. Like when did I start watching like Seinfeld or like adult? What was Martin an adult sitcom or was it a children's sitcom?
It was probably. It wasn't
like a
like super
teen,
inappropriate. Yeah,
like a
I can't.
TGIF kind of sitcom.
Like a PG.
Yeah, I'd say PG
okay.
probably. Yeah, because my mom didn't have a problem with me watching it, so I'm assuming it's okay. But the sexual innuendo probably just like went over my head since I was really young. I just thought that Martin Lawrence was really funny.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Colt Dog. $4.99. Mike, YouTube won't let me insult you, but let me just say, when you said my dog, I remember now. When you said my dog looked like an a-hole, it was really offensive. Also, here's $5. Listen, Colt. Now that I can see that it's a dog, they are adorable. They are adorable.
It's the way the picture is taken.
Yeah, it's just it's very dark. But I apologize. Listen, I love doggies. I will defend your doggie. But I am sorry because I would be offended too. Funny. But please forgive me.
That's hilarious. I want to say prof, but I guess it's prof. The prof says, "How big was Trailer Park Boys in Canada?" It's big, right? Like, well, I don't know, Lance. What would you say? Yeah,
it's big. It's a comedy that I would say most people know about if they're into watching funny things on TV or the internet.
Yeah,
I was thinking about rewatching it.
That's funny.
Yeah, I love it.
Good stoner comedy.
Oh, for sure.
Immune Fusette 19 says $5. Thank you so much for the super chat. Says the new Twisted Metal show sort of plays like a live action anime. It's pretty good. Really? Based on the trailers, I thought it was like shit. Yeah. And I love Like I'm a huge Twisted Metal 1, 2, and Black fan. And I just thought that the show looked like it's Paramount Plus, so I had very little hope. Because didn't they also screw up Halo? They had a Halo show that
Halo got
was kind of shitty.
Skull fucked.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's interesting. If it's just like a fun live action anime.
You know what I'm gonna say? I watched 2 episodes. I'm a believer.
Really?
Yeah. So the first episode was very surprising to me. Really funny, doesn't take itself seriously. Second episode to me kind of fell off. They made Sweet Tooth a leather daddy for some reason, but it's not too bad. I mean, I'm 2 episodes in, pleasantly surprised. My expectations were very low because I saw I don't remember where they debuted the trailer, but it was of Sweet Tooth with Anthony Mackie's character, and they were listening to Cisco and just like arguing, and I was like, this is the dumbest shit ever. It's not that bad though. It's really not that bad. My expectations were low.
I will say the designer of Twisted Metal, David Jaffe, he likes it. So if he is endorsing the show, then, and I don't think they get I don't know, the gaming industry is all fucked up. Like I would be shocked if David Jaffe's getting any money off the show, even though he created it, created the series. But if he's endorsing it, then maybe
it's basically like stupid fun. Like if you go into it expecting it to not take itself seriously,
if I smoke weed and watch it, maybe that's what
you're gonna like it. Yeah,
okay,
it's like you'll ask questions like at the end of the second episode. I'm like, why? Like, what was the point of this? But I'm like, it was still enjoyable.
What's the point of this?
Like very weird, stupid things.
That's me at the end of every single day. What was the point of this? I go to bed. What was the point of all this? All right, I think we're almost done because I don't got many left.
Yeah, same.
Is this for you?
Yeah. So Ignar Husky with $5. Thank you, Ignar. Wishbinder was here. Saw Fishbone, King Youngblood, and Los Malhablados the other day. A great lefty punk, ska, and blues night he'd love. Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
I bet he knows all those things.
Yeah, I don't know about those things, but I'm glad that you had fun though. That's awesome. Good for you.
I know
that sounded sarcastic, but no, I mean actually good for you. I don't know why I just sounded like bitchy when I said it. I don't know.
Good for you.
Good for you.
I'm glad somebody's having fun. Like,
it didn't come off that way, but
okay. I wasn't sure. This one is for me also. It's Jen Pepper with $9.99 super sticker. Thank you, Jen. It's a dog with a thank you on the head, and it's going like this, and it's licking its tongue, like going. I don't know. It's very cute though.
Jen Pepper also sent me a $9.99 super sticker. Thank you so much, Jen, for your back-to-back super chats. There you go. I got a dog with holding a heart. It's very nice.
Oh,
thank you, Jen. Is this for you?
No.
It's for Bender. There's a One Piece character named Emporio Ivankov that can use their hormone powers to trans themselves and other people around them. It's interesting. Skeeter Reed says, has anyone seen, thank you for the $4.99 super chat. Has anyone seen new horror movie Talk to Me? Very good in my opinion. I'm not super into horror because that shit actually legitimately scares me. But have you seen it? Oh, you're on mute, buddy. I feel like I've been cutting you. Maybe you've been talking the whole time. There you go. No,
You're still on
I don't
mute.
hear. You're still on mute. Oh no, Lance saw it and he can't talk about it.
Well, I'm curious because I like horror movies, so I want to know what Lance has to say.
He's maybe got to change his mic. Do you have like a computer mic?
So when this happened to me, Lance, I left and came back. Maybe you can try that.
Like left the stream completely and came back?
Yeah, I just left the stream and came right back. I didn't close browser or anything. Just
I feel bad now. Maybe Lance has been talking and we've been cutting him off.
I know.
We didn't know.
Shit.
All right. Well, we got to move on. I don't know. So when he comes back,
yeah, because I want to know if it's good. Yeah.
We will see.
This one
Cold
is
Dog.
for me.
There you go.
Colt Dog 199. Speaking of Canada shows, thoughts on Letterkenny? You know, I tried to watch this one. I watched like 2 or 3 episodes, and I wasn't really feeling it. I mean, do you have to watch more than that to get it? Because sometimes shows don't click.
I feel like Letterkenny is a very Canadian show. So yeah, like I there's a friend of mine who he's very like just a Canadian boy, and he likes that show. It's not for me either. Like I'm not super into it, but yeah, it just may not be for you.
I thought that I would like it because I'm a huge fan of Trailer Park Boys, but it just wasn't.
It's not really the same. Yeah, it's a bit. Yeah. This is AB says you did great interviewing my friend Chris. That was wait, Chris, your friend from Lush Union. That was your friend? Awesome. Love to see how much your channel has grown over the years, David. Yeah, I remember interviewing Chris. That's back when I did more interviews. Feel like I've kind of fallen off that whole thing.
Same.
But yeah, no, Chris was great. That was a great interview. Very cool to hear from a friend of his. Thank you for your super chat. This is the last one.
Oh, okay. This is from Leah Brene Klein. Mike knows how to say my full name first try. It's Leah. He got it, and the rest. Well, thank you. I'm glad. I usually do not do very well on names.
It is Leah.
Yeah. Okay. Mike is my dude. Enjoy you all. Had to give. Oh, thank you so much. Really appreciate that, Leah.
Thank you. And there we
go. It helps that I know
Aaliyah
in real life spelled exactly the same way. So
yeah, no, I knew Aaliyah as well. It was spelled the same way. But
yeah,
it can be confusing sometimes. But there we go. We did it.
Oh my god. And it's
and it's before 12. This is how it should be.
Oh, I miss those days where I'd have a Thursday evening and not just go straight to bed.
I know. Oh, you get the hell out of here, West Coast boy. How about me over here in freaking East Coast bullshit?
I mean, after a 5-hour stream, it's like, oh, I have no energy.
I used to be able to even on the East Coast, used to be able to get off and get off the stream and then go, play a game, maybe watch a TV show. But now it's like straight to bed.
Yeah, it's just I try to stay on schedule too, where a certain time I start to wind things down, lay down, watch TV.
One last one, Kowalski. Good luck and good night. Thank you, Kowalski. All right, I assume Lance just left because if he's not going to stay for explaining a movie, but
I'll check our DMs.
It's okay. I'm sure there's no point he's coming back. But I
don't see anything.
He says, don't know why the mic cut out. And yeah, so he just left. All right.
Okay.
See you all next week. Binder will be back, and we may have a special guest next week.
Yes.
So we're not going to say it, but we'll see. So there you go. All right. I'll end broadcast. Good night, everybody.